And we're live. All right. And so for this session, we're going to start it off a little bit different. We're going to start it with a session recap, which is the part that you guys normally don't, that people watching don't get to watch, because I messed up the audio last time. So it was a lot of looking at the map and watching my lips move with no actual things happening. Um, so, who wants to do session recap?
Don't let the DM do
Um,
it. We'll get inspiration.
I will start us off on the train of thought. We started yesterday with the party heading towards, right? It was the party heading towards the little Castleton. Enki arrived first using boots of speed, and was guided by this random lady into the marketplace and kind of coerced into buying these earmuff things. And then a little bit after that, the party arrived and the party split up, went to the marketplace as well, where there was a heist to then rob said earmuff seller and a couple and taking candy. And after that, we went to the castle, I believe, right? No, after the pet store, where
Yep.
I got the Esteban. And you speak of with
Julio.
animal to kind of learn, and we learned that he has been in battles. He's a veteran of some sorts. Um, and then we went to the castle, met up with the party, and we eventually talked with the king, who's kind of lifeless until he got his medicine, and was really he is a king. That's something.
Yes.
I remember we were all begging, like praising him, which is pretty funny. Well, pretty much we got a royalty deal out of him, and we learned that children have been going missing. So we are going to try and solve that. And we did get room in the castle as well, to living quarters. And right now the gobs and stuff were at the stables, I believe.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Other than that,
Couple things of note though. They thought
the clown.
Enki was a child. They asked if Enki was a child. Yes, there was a clown that we are quite suspicious of. We came in and essentially It's a Small World was playing on loop. And that is why when we were in the castle, the royalty deal got brought up because Glorb slash Bartholomew brought his goblin friend Tibble to the castle and just begged for a deal so we could get some performances out. And
We got
we
500
seem
gold.
to get paid handsomely. You also Enki, if I'm correct, didn't you get a lockbox of some sort through that heist of
Yep,
the
lockbox and a piece
ear?
of candy.
Mm-hmm.
The
So we're
lockbox
making bank.
contained
It
700 gold or so, I think.
contained quite a bit. Pretty rich. We are the rich boys. We truly are part of the Gucci gang. But yeah, basically what you said, we have a place to chill out. Obviously, I got my dog companion. I got Teeable.
And we
We
have
out
our
here.
theater to perform.
Yes, we're awesome.
Nice. All right. Uh, that that works. That is good. And with that, oh man, I was trying to see. Oh well, I was
I
trying to
can't
find
let you.
something.
I can't let you get it. I can't let you get that inspo.
I was so close. I would have had it too if it weren't for those meddling kids. Uh, all right. And then, which case, if you're not already topped off, give yourself a DM inspiration.
I'm topped off. I just don't want you to get
Hey, you know what? Sometimes that's all you need. That sometimes uh someone else not getting the positive is all the positive you need. Uh and unfortunately, I just do city ambiance,
Okay.
but for those at home, just do like a Disney park ambiance, but start with like
Whoa,
at
whoa,
least two or
whoa.
three playthroughs of
It's no longer. It's a small world.
It's
a small
Yeah.
world.
changed.
Yeah.
It's
No.
changed. It's how the Gucci
It's
game.
Yeah.
changed
Oh.
to
Well,
Gucci
they haven't
Goblin.
performed yet. They haven't. We haven't done a long rest. It's
we
still.
we
That's
shut
true.
we shut off the music. We shut that off.
You're
We freaking
trying-
cut the wires and all the speakers.
Oh,
No
they're
more.
just. It's they're just singing loud.
It's generic ass music now.
If only we had a wizard. Can you cast silence?
Yeah. You silenced the whole city. Well. All right. And so. All right. And with that, I believe you guys were heading out of the castle. Because you had just finished speaking to the king. You had gotten the message, like you had said, as well as there was the mission. It's kind of like midday, so there's still a decent amount of time left in the day. So, what are you guys up to?
What are we up to, huh? Oh, I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. I know what
I
Glob's
want
doing.
to see if there's any loose change around the castle.
Ooh, probably quite a bit.
Loose change around a castle.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Any
okay.
unattended bags?
Def-
Maybe slightly attended bags.
Define loose.
Yeah,
Yeah.
define. Yeah, first let's define
Coin,
loose.
raw coin.
Just
Anywhere,
anywhere.
just
Okay.
coin in general,
Give me a perception check.
whether it's tied to someone's waist or not.
What, if
Okay.
it's in someone's wallet?
Damn!
You know, this castle do be a castle. It's it's hard to get a good look because there are a lot of guards around. So you're like looking around, but at the same time you don't want to look too long because this isn't Harbor Town. Like there's actual guards here now.
Look,
There's-
everyone, this wall's super weird. And it just like looks out the window.
Yeah. Look out one of the windows and the guards like, whose kid is this?
Oh yeah, I also take my earmuffs off.
Oh, that's right. You're half the conversation they just had. You just, I assumed you took it off so you could hear what was happening.
I would have thought that my character would have had it like half on.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Just,
like
cut
one
out
ear
his
on,
head,
one
but,
ear
like,
off.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And Glorb, you seemed like you had something you were wanting to do.
Oh yeah, I'm clearly with Tibble, and we're playing our little Smash game again.
That's right. That's right. All right, go ahead and I believe we just did a flat D20 roll, right?
Is that what we did? Did we not do performance?
Oh, you know what? You're so right. It was a performance.
Alright. I'll do a performance check, I guess.
Oh, where's this modifier? Just make it. There we go. Oh. So you guys both smashed. It was a tie. It was a draw. It was a tie game.
Nice.
It was a real back and forth. And oh, that's right, because he's with you. Wait, hold on. For clarification here, so for this, are you just stopping in the middle of the castle to do this, or are you going into the the gardens?
Did you guys just in the throne room right in front of the freaking king?
No, because he was ushered off. At this point, it's just Sundara and like an empty throne.
Throne at the table, boys. Come on.
We're clearly just in the castle, not in the gardens. Come on now, everybody's
It's
gonna
just
see an
on the
amazing game.
Just on the floor, like the entryway play. And she's like, all right, yeah, I trusted these guys, huh? Okay.
Ooh, actually, question: were there any like nobles at the when we were there for the meeting? Because normally, whenever the king sees someone, there's nobles and generals and stuff around them. Or is the king? Was it just the king?
It was.
And
So there seemed to be two different attendants to Sundara that she seemed to be indicating, not necessarily nobles, but maybe like high-level servants kind of deal. But in terms of servants, no, that is something that you noticeably did not notice. Like, meaning wasn't there.
noticed the lack thereof.
Yes, yes.
Which means that the king is not very guarded nor tended, since where
Well,
there's
there are
nobles, there's
guards. There just
bodyguards.
aren't nobles.
No, that's the thing is like it's split in power, so like the nobles would have their own guards, which would
Mhm.
be higher security. That means that
Or
the
just
king
all the guards
more
belong to the king.
true. I mean,
Or
everything belongs.
all the guards belong to Sindara, or 50-50.
All your bases belong
What
to
is
us.
Sindara? Is she a noble or is she just like
Uh,
servant?
she seemed to speak for the king. You could ask her. She is still technically here at this point, now that she's back from
I'll
escorting
ask
the
her
king.
in a very kind-mannered way. Who are you?
Um, I am a close advisor to the king.
I'll just like
I'm
jot that down.
Sundara. I could have sworn that I gave introductions. Did I not introduce myself?
Sorry, I had earmuffs on, so I didn't really catch that.
Ah, right. And also, I'd like to think at this point, they have already. There we go. They left to the stables to go collect everyone else. There we go. And so you guys are just here, and she's like, right. So yes, no, I am. Is there anything else I can help you with?
Are you of a high rank in noble, servant, anything of that sort?
I advise the king, and I am fairly close with him. There aren't really nobles here.
None? None at all? Is there like a bank?
Where is this line of questioning leading?
I mean, usually where there's nobility, there's wealth. Lack thereof, nobility. I'm just wondering if there's a safe place I can keep my coinage.
Well, if there isn't a central bank here in Little Castleton, there, not one that the people use. Most people would have personal vaults in their houses. Given that you are a traveler, I can't imagine you wanting to, if you had a large amount of wealth that you wish to invest, you would likely want to go to either Star City or perhaps invest in a home here, purchasing a home, and then you could buy your own vault.
Okay. Would I be able to make a quick like memory map of what I've seen out of crayons, like poorly drawn?
Of like the city, or
What I've seen, yeah, the city.
we'll say since she's not here, before leaving, Hawkham would have given you like a quick sketch of the map, so you can just draw on this map if you wish.
Okay. So from here to here, what houses are, what would you say, break-inable?
And she'll look at you. Make a persuasion roll.
Ooh.
Persuasion.
Oh, I was kind of scared.
I got scared.
And she'll just look at you and go, yes, sorry, I'm not, I'm afraid I don't have the best of humor,
Oh, no. You'll misunderstand, because the most break-inable houses are the ones that are probably going to be targeted by the people who are stealing the children's stuff, no?
I wouldn't say that there's any houses that are more break-inable than others. I
Damn
guess you could
I mean,
try the locks and check yourself. But
I couldn't
I
do
assure
that.
you, my guards have already informed citizens to make sure that their homes are well secured. But I do
Okay.
appreciate you keeping that in mind. As she does seem to believe that you meant it for security reasons. She goes, and I apologize for misunderstanding the question.
I mean, what is there to misunderstand? What else could I have meant?
What else, indeed?
Solid.
Nice.
Anyways, do you have a guard schedules or anything we could really look at? Because if we can get in between the patrols areas for like, oh, they don't patrol this area, so like, that'd be a good place to look. Just kind of start out. Because we don't want to waste our time with like, oh, we're looking here, but it's just a guard outpost.
Yes, we make do with what we have. So it's a fairly, vigilant guard, rotation. But even the most vigilant guard rotation is not without its holes. So that's a fair point. I'll have... and she kind of waves her hand, and one of the attendants behind her, she's like, could you please fetch me the guards' routines? And they nod and head off. And as she looks and goes, hopefully this will be of use. And I will get you the night shift. It doesn't seem... No one seems to go disappearing during the day.
I guess that is a good point.
And as you're doing that, you hit that... I'll say you're having this conversation while Glorb's playing Smash with, Tibble.
Yeah, I'm gonna get it. Come on. Yeah.
This is not on my bingo list for today.
You like that?
Ah, come on. I almost got it. What a good smash.
Only the best.
I'm done, guys. People might think you're Greek.
I like it because it's such a nondescript like game, so like nobody knows what we're playing.
Oh.
Just a servant staring at you guys while making weird
Oh,
grunting
there's
noises.
definitely some guards. Actually, give me like one a performance check with advantage, real quick, Lorb.
Ah, jeez. All right.
So 15. Wait. Why did you have a +1 initially, and now it's a +4?
Oh, hold up. I think I misclicked something. Let me click. Oh, I clicked. Oh,
What?
That's
What?
strange.
there we go.
Oh, but.
What?
How did you?
What sorcery is this?
Wow. Oh, did
I
you
don't
just
know.
lose Oh, you lost proficiency, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, you accidentally gave yourself proficiency with this time. Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I clicked the check mark instead of the
Okay. I
For a
was so
split
confused.
second.
It's like, how
thing.
would
Yeah.
that... The math is not adding up. Okay.
Yeah, I fixed it.
Okay. I guess...
Am I seeing things?
So, yeah, there is a guard who's like, huh. Like, he doesn't, like... He's just kind of curious about the game itself. He's like, so wait, so does that mean you're winning or losing? Okay. He's like, and then he's like, oh god, and straightens back up to resume his post.
I love
sorry.
that.
I was
That's
gonna
amazing.
start making grunting noises.
I hope to teach every servant the fucking game.
It's like one of the guards shoots him a dirty look, and he's like, I'm sorry.
I may or may not start an esports league.
Oh.
That
And,
can be esports. It's not electronic. It's just a normal sport, man.
the E is for elbow.
Everyone. E's for everyone.
Yeah, that too.
Everybody's sport.
And then
And
yeah, it's
esports.
rated E.
I
But-
don't think that's rated E, man.
Well, I mean, you guys don't know what it is.
Yeah, you don't know. The
Doesn't
guard's
sound
trying to figure it
rated.
out. He doesn't know yet. And during this time, Kitty, is there anything Winch would be doing?
Let's see. I'm still in the castle, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, where'd Avalon
I think I would probably start heading to the stables to try and get out of the castle, because we just kind of had enough of all the
go?
the little kids being all around him and stuff.
All
So
right.
he's probably gonna try and get out of there and just head over to the stables, probably.
Gotcha. And then on your way to the stables, and then Avalon, I think, are you already at the Green Dragon Inn?
Yes.
Okay. And so we will cut to you in a moment. Winch, it might matter. Do you go? What path do you take to get to the stable? Because there's kind of two different paths. There's one where
I'll
you
take-
cut through the marketplace, then past the theater, and then there's one where you pass where the housing district is, and pass where the Green Dragon Inn is.
Maybe I take the marketplace side because there's a lot of stuff to look at on my way there.
All right. And so you head through the marketplace. And while in the marketplace, there's a variety of different stands open. You see the markets that are around. And do you look for anything in specific? Or is you just kind of perusing as you walk towards the stables?
I'm hoping not to run into another mask seller again.
Ah, yes. As you look around, you don't see any mask salesmen around at the moment. You do see there's like a couple people selling like some little fun torch things and stuff, but no masks.
Okay. So I guess I see nothing of great importance there.
I just need to make sure the mask guy's not here. As long as Marvelo's not here, I'm fine.
I better not see him again.
Although, actually, you know what? Give me a perception roll.
Okay. My character sheet would open. That would be awesome. There we go.
All right. So, you know, as you're looking around to make sure Marvelo isn't here, you do see a man who looks kind of similar to Marvelo, but isn't, like, there's a couple of features that look a little bit different. So it's like, okay, like he's a little bit taller, a little bit more built, but he looks very similar. And he seems to be off in an alleyway between some of the markets, speaking with a kid.
Okay. Maybe I'll check that out. See what's going on there.
All right. Do you just walk over, or do you stealth over?
I'll stealth over and kind of like see what their conversation's about.
All right. Go ahead and give me a stealth roll. All right. 18.
Oh my goodness.
Rolling good.
All right. So you sneak over, and you hear, Now, remember, you want all the sweets you wish, correct? Yeah. Then you must do as I say. You will continue to inform the fellow youth that these guards are not here to protect them. They're here to keep them from eating as many sweets as they want. Without the guards around, without their parents around, you would be able to have all the sweets you wanted, and there would be no bedtime. Remember that. And if you need anything else, I'll be outside in my tent, just outside the city where I found you. And he hands a bag of candy, and then he grabs a separate bag of candy and says, "And remember, if you need any extra help convincing the children that these guards are bad, give them some of these. And if you want to eat these yourself, you can, but I would not recommend it." And with that, he then heads off, and the kid scurries off in a different direction. They don't seem to have noticed you.
Okay.
Do you follow?
So,
They're going in different directions. If you want to follow one of them, you can, but you can't follow both.
I'll follow the man, the strange guy.
All right, the man who seems kind of similar to
Yeah.
yes, Marvelo. All right, and you do notice. Give me another perception check as you're listening into the conversation. All right, dirty 20. You notice that, so he uses his hand to like hand the kid the candy, but you notice that his glove seems off. His fingers are in some of the gloves, or like some of the slots for the gloves. Well, one, it's not really cold enough to warrant wearing gloves, but some people do it for a style sense, I guess. But he seems to only, like, the thumb seems to be a little bit, like, off, and where the pinky is, it seems to be a bit, like, extra, like there's a lump. And if you want, you can make an investigation roll, but this is also a situation where if you, the player, think you have an idea of what's going on, you don't really need an investigation roll.
I'll run one just in case.
And unfortunately, it wasn't with advantage, it's just a regular, and an 11 doesn't really get you anything. But if you want, you can roll, use an inspiration dice, because I accidentally told you the result before you got a chance to say if you wanted to use one.
Yeah. So Frozen said no, and then Needle said a minute. So
Yeah.
I think he's not.
Cool.
All right, yeah, I will use a DM inspiration. Oh,
Oh,
It
That
would
is
stick with the
unfortunate.
11, if that makes a difference.
yeah, I'll just do that.
Okay. So then, yeah, 11 doesn't really get you anything. And so, we'll cut really quick as you continue to follow this person outside of town. We'll cut to Avalon. Avalon, you are in the Green Dragon Inn. There you see a bunch of people drinking root beers at the tables. There's some very tired parents with their kids. Their kids are drinking very foamy root beer and laughing, and like there's like coloring, there's like paper on the tables and they're coloring. And you also see I think you would probably notice as well, there's a very short fellow in the corner of the room with a mechanical dog, I think it is. Yeah, with a mechanical dog, and he seems to be at a table on his telling some stories to some kids who are listening.
Hello?
Hello, welcome. Glad you can make
Were
it.
we... Yeah, I
Uh,
just thought we were planning on starting at 9:30 EST
Oh,
today.
did I not say EST?
Yeah, EST.
Am I? Wait, where's EST? Am I not EST?
Oh no.
Eastern EST time zone.
Did you mean
I'm EST as well. It's 10:30 right now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
thank God. All
EST.
right. I was about to say. I was like, I
Yeah.
could have sworn I was EST, and I am.
Oh.
Okay. Thank God. It's like no. Uh,
No, my time's off. That's my bad.
okay. No worries. No worries.
We thought you went to go play Marvel Rivals
I-
again or something.
no worries.
Yeah, we were joking about that. Also, I'm a real soul. We kind of did start at like 9 anyway.
Or 10. Yeah.
Yeah,
We definitely
yeah, 10.
spent like 30 minutes yapping. But it's all good. I even showed up on time and everything. It still ended up that way. But hey, is what it is.
Quick rundown for kind of what we done. Glorb and the Goblin are playing Smash
Mhm.
in the middle of the throne room.
Right in the middle of the throne. Well, not the throne room, but like the hallway, right?
Yeah. Well, that's throne room.
I
Yeah. It's
got
throne
the
room.
advisor's thoughts on what houses are most breakable, and she said to try it for myself. So
Mhm.
I can't turn down an offer.
And she also then had someone deliver a
The guard schedules.
yeah, like a guard schedule
Day
for
and
rotation
night.
at night. No, just the night one. Just the night one.
Oh, just that one. Okay, that's
Mhm.
good enough.
Well, yeah.
And,
You're not going to steal in the daytime, are you?
And then
I don't have any difficult. I just stole in the daytime. I just robbed a marketplace.
yeah, I know.
That's true. You're so fast, I can't see you anymore.
Winch just kind of discovered as he was heading back to the stables, he really wanted to make sure Marvelo wasn't here. He saw someone who looked kind of like Marvelo while looking for, like, to make sure Marvelo wasn't here. And then saw that guy say some interesting stuff to a kid, and then head off. And the guy seemed to have an interesting right hand. And so he went off to go follow that guy. And we are with Avalon here at the inn as he is noticing the stuff that's in the inn. And now that the inn is kind of established, Avalon, what are you doing?
Besides going to talk to the guy with the mechanical dog, I'm gonna probably talk to the bartender first. Because my whole plan is to see if this is a place for the Queen's Maidens.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to figure that out.
All right. So yeah, what do you say to the bartender as you take a seat? There's an open stool.
I'm gonna say, well, hello there. How is your day going?
Well, about halfway through the shift, and it's about as good as any day is gonna be, I'm afraid. Or I'm happy. Yeah, I'm happy to say it's about the same as any other day. Nothing too crazy.
That's good. That's good. So what's like your best stuff like out right now?
Well, we've got a couple different things on tap. Water, juice, root beer, and we got some food as well.
I want to. Can I make a history roll to see if I know any like code words?
Yeah, and actually, go ahead. You can give me a history or investigation. Both kind of work.
They're both at 3. But
Fair.
12.
So with the history, even with a history of 12, though, I would say you know well enough. The bartender is a guy, and so you know for the like the places that would act as like fronts for the maidens. Usually, it was a woman who was the bartender because it was also a queen's maiden.
Okay.
So this place might not be that per se.
I don't know that for sure right away.
However, give me an investigation roll separate of that.
Let me use DM inspiration. Okay.
So yeah, you don't seem to notice anything else other than what has been described.
Okay. So, can I just have a water, please?
And they're like, "Yep, here's a good old water on tap. tap water, if you will. Oh God.
You don't like making jokes, do you?
I mean, I'm sorry. You make the joke so many times in one day, it wears on you. It wears on you.
I get that for being a performer in a tavern before. It gets annoying after a while.
And it's like, oh, you perform. If
Yeah. Back where I'm from, I performed with an inn with a good friend of mine. She lets me stay there while I work with her.
oh, well, that's nice. What do you play or sing? What do you perform?
I mostly play. I do sometimes stories, and then the other side of the job that's more discreet.
Uh, oh.
Yeah.
As they I don't think we rolled for attractiveness for this campaign. I know we did in my other campaign, but I think we just chose if your character was attractive or not.
I think we
Uh,
did that for the one guard for
Yes.
needles.
Yes.
That was-
Yeah, no, I do it for like NPCs, but so yeah, they'll look you up and down, and let me just do a luck roll here, because technically it's subjective, right? Oh right,
Dang.
we do D100s for luck roll.
Oh, thank God.
So yeah, he just kind of looks for a moment, and she's like, "Huh? Well, yeah, I guess we might be able to have." And he kind of looks, and he's like, and he'll kind of look at Tara, and he's like, "Do you guys like do like a duo thing, or?"
Whoa. No. He is my companion for like PTSD.
Oh. No, you're in an interesting line of work for that then. The adult entertainment is as he like says in a hushed voice, and he's like, "Oh, but I'm not gonna say you didn't find the right place. There's not a whole lot of people who do that around here. But and he kind of looks back and forth. Give me a persuasion roll."
Oh.
Is Avalon applying to be a sex worker in a town full of kids?
I'm not trying to
Wait
like
a minute.
here. I'm not trying to
Wait a second.
Wait, I'm not trying to fly.
Well, the kid's gotta
Wait a
get from
minute.
somewhere.
As he kind of goes, he's like, you seem like you're new. You're not around here. If you're looking for a job, I might have work for you. Come by later tonight, and if I'm not on shift, whoever is, ask for the good stuff. And then he kind of leans back out and goes, yes, it's mineral water. It's sometimes a bit of a nice taste to it.
Yeah. So, who's that guy over in the corner with the metal arm, metal mechanical dog?
Oh, yeah, that's oh God. Okay. I don't have it written down, so I'm just gonna say it multiple times. Oh wait, actually that's in character. I just call him Axon. His name is, well, he's a gnome, so it's pretty obnoxiously long. Anyway, no, he seems like a nice guy though. He's been telling stories for a while now. There's a lot of people who love the sound of their own voice, and he's certainly one of them. You run into that.
Okay. And I'll just like stand up from my seat and like I'll be going and talk to him for it. I'll think about what you asked for, okay?
And he just is like, yeah, it's honest work for an honest pay. As he gets back, he just starts kind of wiping a part of the counter that had, someone didn't use a coaster, and he's like, and just starts wiping it down.
When he says the good stuff. When he says the good stuff, he's probably talking about the shows they do at the theater after story time's over.
I hope so.
Oh, gee.
So like
The nighttime show. You got the matinee.
I turned to Tara like, "This is a mistake. This is a mistake, Tara. I did not mean to go that far."
Tara's just comfortingly, just like kind of tapping on the or patting on the shoulders, like.
And since I'm right next to Axon, right?
And so yeah, you see, and then that's when the vicious wolf, the jaws the size of a lake, closed around me, and I was able to slash through with my mechanical friend, Bolts here. Bark! That's right, and we were able to carve through the wicked beast, and that's how I made my summer home. And they're like, "Wah!" And then he looks up and goes, "Ah, hello, a fellow inventor. Although, admittedly, I'm not too much of one myself these days. I mainly just do upkeep. But a pleasure to see a fellow artificer in the flesh. Or metal. I wouldn't judge." As he, just kind of stands up on his chair that he's sitting in so that he is at proper height to shake your hand.
I shake it. I'm like, "Well, nice to meet you too. This is weird seeing another one out here."
And as he shakes, because it's your right hand that you lost, right?
Left hand,
It's
left arm.
Gotcha. Okay, so as he shakes your hand, and and he looks and goes, "Oh my, fine piece of equipment you have here. Did you make it yourself?" As after shaking your hand, he points over to your arm.
Yes, I did. After a attack during a certain time period, I had to like make a new arm for myself, and that's how I learned most of my science and stuff.
Oh, wow, amazing. Oh, what is your name, good sir? I don't believe we've done introductions.
Oh, my name's Avalon, and this right here is my friend Tara. He is my companion for my PTSD.
Oh, just Avalon. You know, I never get used to those small names. But yes, you know, if it gets the job done, as they say.
I mean, last names are not really that much of my big thing to talk about, but for you, my name is Avalon Skyward.
Yes. Well, a pleasure to meet you. I'm Axon Dilly Dilly, Strong Hammer, Loose Leaf. Give me a second. Short Stretcher. Hard Steel Savori. A pleasure to meet you.
Dang.
But you can call me Axon.
Okay, because I was trying to remember all those words. I got lost.
You know, my list of names, I like to try to grow it as much. Oh, Serpent Slayer. Forgot to add that one. As he
Does the guy look down
motions
at a
the
list
kids.
when he reads out his name, or does he know it off the top of his head, or is he reading it?
He's like looking up, and so that was both the DM not able to remember, but also him not being able to like. He's like, "Is that right? Him like trying to, and he's like looking up. He's like, "You know, one of these days I'm gonna write it down, but today's not the day."
Wait, that's
I
tomorrow.
was just laughing because of the tray.
Oh, and with that, he's like, "So, what brings you into town? You also looking to tell your stories to the youth of tomorrow?"
Not really my thing for telling stories to kids, but we came here for work. Me and my traveling companions. We're trying to help out the king right now with a certain situation they're having.
A situation, you say? Well, I happen to be a bit of an adventurer. You might not be able to tell, but I do so love situations. Well, as long as they're good situations, or bad situations that we can solve. So,
And
do you mind my asking, what's the situation?
and I lean in close and just whisper like, "There's been a situation of kids going missing."
Oh my, kids going missing. Uh,
The one thing we were told not to say.
Yeah.
and with that, the kids are like, "Huh?" And he's like, "Oh, run along to your parents. Sorry, I'll tell more stories later. I think there's something fun going on in the theater." And they're like, "Oh yeah, it's story time." They run off. And he's like, "Ah, well, that surely is problematic. The kids are our future after all, or the greatest resource, something like that. I don't know, but kids are important."
They are. In this town, they're very much important, and that gets me more concerned as well.
I mean,
As
in
with their
every
motto
town.
saying, "We mean every town."
Well, I mean, every town children would be important, right? I mean, children are
Well,
children.
yeah, but how they're stating it in this town as kids being their greatest resource specifically is kind
Right,
of weird.
right. The whole tourism or whatever. Yes, that's fair.
Yeah. I mean, you also it's kind of weird. It's like gonna be obvious something's gonna go wrong in a tourist area for just all kids.
You know, they do have decent security here, but I do suppose it's only a matter of time before something problematic would happen. A large population of people. There is truly some evil in the world. I hear that devils walk among us these days. You can never be too careful.
Oh, don't get me started on that.
Oh, well, I mean, if there's an issue of children, perhaps I should get you started on that. If there's devils about, we should consider looking into it.
So, would you actually like to join us?
Sure, if we're helping out the kids. It's about
Oh,
time I add a couple of more stories to the roster.
that is a good point.
And he's like, "Oh, come on," and "Come on, Bolts," and he does like a little clap, and Bolts, all of a sudden the metal on Bolts's back starts shifting to form a saddle, as he then jumps onto Bolts. He's like, "Right then, I'm just barely shorter than you. Shall we carry on then?"
Yes, we let's I'll take you to the castle room actually, since that's where everyone should be heading.
Wonderful. Ah, it makes sense for an adventurer to see a good castle. And then he'll pause for a moment and he'll look and be, "By the way, would you have happened to see my cousin around?"
Your cousin?
"Yes. I. Well," and he kind of pauses for a moment. He's like, "I don't know if he's alive, but the last I saw him, well, he was very young, and he was running away from home, I think. I hate to admit it, but the details are a little fuzzy. But I do know that an old family member of mine has been missing. I think I can't remember his name, but admittedly, none of us did have names. So I don't know what he goes by currently, unless he kept the family name. We were allowed our family names. So something Savory, he would have."
It says Savory.
Yes.
Hmm. Um, I haven't. I know of that name.
Oh.
Doo-doo-doo. I don't think I wrote it down. Hold on.
Ah, no worries. And I'm sure
Oh, go ahead.
you could tell if it happens come across your mind on the way to the castle. Feel free to give me a heads up.
Right.
And
He's
oh yes,
be a doctor, right?
oh maybe. He was quite a brilliant fellow. So I mean, most of our family was. Well, is those who are alive are.
Hmm. Okay. We'll continue talking about this while we'll make it go into the castle, I guess.
Fair enough. Sounds good. And you begin to head to the castle. Needles. We just kind of said you went to the stables to establish, to let the party know that.
And the rest of the caravan is here currently.
Yeah.
So we're rounding them up and moving base.
Yeah. Is there anything you do while you're at the stables?
How dirty is everybody? Do we need a wash before heading into the castle?
I mean, definitely the goblins do. The goblins most certainly do.
More than a prestidigitation will handle.
Yeah. The villagers are a little dirty. They're not like super dirty, but they're definitely not clean.
Well, if there's somebody working the stables, I assume I will approach them to ask a question.
Hello there. What can I do for you?
Yes, where would the best place to be to get a large group of people clean? We've got new accommodations. Unfortunately, we won't be using your fine stables for much longer, but we appreciate the thoughts.
Well, we have a couple of buckets of water we keep in the back for washing off the horses.
I mean, bathhouses in the marketplace, perhaps? Perhaps a pond or lake that the riffraff tend to use to clean themselves?
You know, there might be a fountain in the marketplace. Yeah, I think there's a fountain in the marketplace there that you might be able to play in, but, oh, no, sorry, the fountain's in the gardens. So there's a fountain in the gardens you could, play in.
And you think that the king would appreciate, roughly 20-some individuals cleaning themselves in his fountain?
Are they wearing clothes?
Depends.
I think...
I'm just asking, is it a common occurrence for the folk of the town to clean themselves in the fountain?
No.
Where do people typically clean themselves?
In their homes or in the tavern.
But not in large groups of
No.
2 dozen?
No. No, not in that large of a group.
Well, we'll have to take turns.
Yeah, no,
And,
that's fine. Although, if you're going to the castle,
the
maybe
moat?
you could ask them.
Great minds think alike. I left before I heard what they said.
Yeah.
And now that I've got the idea of bathing people in the moat.
Nice. And you guys head off.
Is there a place in the castle that looks like it's for loading shipments, like a couple of wagons could pull up or into?
It seems the only entrance to the castle is the one with the bridge to it.
Is it wide enough for wagons to get near, or?
Oh
do we
yeah,
need to
no, a
leave?
wagon. The door is wide enough for wagons to go across.
Did it seem on our way into the castle? I just want to know: is it better to leave most of any non-personal belongings at the stables, or did it seem like they'd have a place for those things in the castle?
It did not really seem like they would have a spot for them within the castle.
Or outside?
Yeah.
Okay, then I will arrange. I don't know how much it'll cost, but I gave the goblins all the money to pay for it, so I assume they've done that already. And we can store our carts, and everybody can take their personal belongings.
Yeah. And Gale will be like, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and start setting up shop here.
In the marketplace, or
Oh no, not permanent. Just my car.
yes, I was just wondering. Oh, you'd rather just stay at the stables? You might be able to find a spot within the marketplace if they have any sort of caravanning merchantry.
Yeah, but then I have to deal with zoning and stuff like that. Do I have permission?
We could get you permission if that's the worry. We are on good terms with the king so far.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Well, sure, if you're able to get me a
Wherever
spot
you
there.
please. I just want you to make lots of money so you will be pleased and stick with us at risk of your own life.
Well, I mean, I'm not gonna take too many jobs because I want to prioritize any job you're gonna pay me for. So, but yeah, no, actually, that's true. I don't. Does she have a current project she's working on?
For any of us, I think she gave me my armor on the way out of town, so I don't think she has
Oh,
anything
okay. I wasn't
for
sure
us.
if she had finished that or not. Okay.
You said it would only take an hour or two, so I assumed.
Yeah. Okay.
that
Yes.
I-
Oh
I
yeah.
have it in
No.
my
Currently,
inventory.
there is no active projects for her. So yeah, she's like, well, I don't really have any active projects, so you're right. It wouldn't hurt for me to make a couple extra dollars in the marketplace. So yeah, I'll look around. If you could ask for me, if there's a position available for me in the marketplace, I'd appreciate it. Otherwise, I'll ask around, see if it's similar to, because if it's similar to Harbor Town, which I feel like it isn't, Harbor Town you could kind of just set it up anywhere. But I can't imagine every city being like that. But you never know.
We'll have to ask. And Needles will head off, leaving her to search out her business and taking the rest of the people to bathe in the moat. Because Needles has a wisdom of 3.
All right, and oh no, so you guys head along to the gardens.
Oh, I guess do we meet up with Avalon?
Yeah, you'll meet up with Avalon. And real quick too, Enki, once you get the map of the nighttime, or like the details on the nighttime routine, do you head anywhere, or do you just hang out in the castle until you meet up with everyone else?
It's just Glorb and the goblin with me, right?
Mm-hmm.
I do have a quick
Tibble.
question
Little tips.
about my character's outfit.
Mhm.
I don't know if I'm able to start with it, but I just assumed that because my character's rogue, that I'd have
Mm.
a proper cloak and mask and stuff.
Sure, yeah.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, nah, that's
I
fine.
want to wander around the marketplace more.
Gotcha.
Oh no.
All right, head in the marketplace.
More children are going to be crying. Although you might get information. I don't know if that's what you're going for.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
Remind me, what were we told? We were told a sewer grate was our main lead.
Yeah,
Where
They-
was that?
there's a couple spots, so there might be one in the marketplace. There's one in the housing district, and there's one by the theater.
Right, and we were told that an hour or two ago, so it's still, what, midday?
Yeah, it's
Afternoon?
Mm-hmm. And then
So
in
I
Glorb.
did.
Oh, sorry,
Oh.
Yankee. Go ahead.
I was gonna say I wanted to go to the market and I wanted to check to see if there's any damn, what's it called? Thieves can't at all, like any
Oh,
signs of a underground presence.
It's going to be a thieves
yeah.
guild made up solely of children.
So, as you look around, we'll get to that in a second, actually. Glorb, are you staying in the castle playing games with Tibble until you meet up with the rest of the group, or are you heading out to do something else after a while?
Well, actually, I was wondering if there was anybody around I could talk to kind of figure out when we're gonna do a performance.
Oh, yes.
I think Avalon was setting that up for you earlier.
Was he? Nah, I think that's something
I don't even
different.
Yeah, a guard would be like, "Oh, yeah, just head to the theater. I don't think we have a. I don't know if you got like a specific. It didn't look like you got a special written request, but if you just say it's from the king, if they don't believe you, you can come back and get a written or a signed document. Seemed like he was a little too to sign it or anything, but Sandara, I'm sure, could also sign off on something as well if something were to come up, if they're curious about the legitimacy of your claims. Although, remember, story time's coming up soon, so they won't let you interrupt that. But it might be a decent story.
Okay. Just walk to the theater.
All right. And so you're gonna head towards the theater, and we'll say the group does briefly meet up kind of by the front of the gardens. So
That's
Glorb, do you say anything to the group as you're passing them by?
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. On your way somewhere?
Yep.
We're planning on taking a bath in the moat. I don't know if you'd like to join us before heading off to your endeavors, but that's the
Oh.
plan.
Oh. Tibble. Tibble.
Yes.
Let's
wait,
go.
yes. All right. Off we go. We're going to get wet.
How much attention does the group of nearly 30 people going through town with a panther and a wolf get?
Yeah, the town, like, some of the kids think it's fun. They're like, oh, parade! And some of the parents like, what kind of parade is this? There are some guards that are watching. There seems to be a couple, about, like, 10 guards, seem to be, like, they break off from each other every once in a while, but they do seem to be, there seems to be at least 10 guards watching the group at a time.
Is Mike one of them?
No, he is, oh, you know, that's true, because when you get to the front gate, he's like, no, like, to some of the guards, he talks, he's like, no, we can trust these guys, they're cool. And one of the people just looks at him, he's like, what? And motions to the party, the battalion of goblins. He's like, are you sure about this? And he's like, nah, they're fine.
Mind you, every time a child has come within 30 feet of Needles this entire time we've been in town, they've heard in their head, are you the prince?
Yeah. And every time, too, one goes, they'll, like, go, no. They'll look and be, he is real. But no, I'm not. I knew
That's
you were real. To, like,
Who are they talking about? That's concerning.
and they, like, just...
I will actually, while we're all in a group, besides Enki, because he's too fast, I guess. Or is Enki with us? Or did we miss him?
No. You guys miss Enki. He's in the marketplace.
Okay. But to everybody who's currently in the group, I will have conveyed that. Apparently, I'm not sure exactly what they're referring to, but as you might have heard, when I speak into the children's minds, they don't seem surprised, but instead attribute it to some entity, not myself.
I don't like how you said you spoke into children's minds.
We were searching for the prince, and supposedly he was young when last seen. It seems we need to be thorough. We've been sent on this mission by multiple people now.
Okay, I won't go into legitimate reasons why saying that and doing that is wrong, but okay.
I haven't peered into their thoughts yet. I've just sent a few of my own. Oh well, and I will take anybody who's coming to the moat to bathe in the
Classic
moat.
Needles.
Is nobody stopping Needles from bathing everybody in the moat?
I don't think we can. Like,
As
I don't know what else we can do.
as they start to head towards the moat, the guard's like, whoa, careful. Don't want to fall in there. That's a moat. You know what castle moats have, don't you?
Water?
Well, that too. But, and it kind of points down. There's just like a bunch of alligators floating around in it.
Oh, too bad Enki's not here. I'm sure he'd either get off to a great friendly start or lose a limb. Both would be entertaining. But
Yeah, it's gators.
there's no way we can bathe in the moat. Could we clear out the alligators temporarily? I'm sure they've bathed plenty.
Oh, no, they're just kind of there. They're always there.
But why are they in the moat if they're not bathing?
Alligators go in moats, I guess. I don't know what to tell you.
Do the alligators seem healthy?
They seem okay. They're not like super active or anything. They're just kind of just floating around. But
I feel like if there's anywhere children are going missing, it's the body of water full of alligators that are probably hungry.
Yeah, I have a question about that too. Like, why do you guys have a moat in
Well,
for
uh,
a castle?
castles have moats. I don't know, man. The castle has a moat.
Well, I would assume that in the desperate situation, most of the population would evacuate to the castle as a
Yeah.
last line of defense.
Exactly.
Makes sense.
And that way it's defensible. You know, we haven't really dealt with an invasion, but you know, castles have moats for defending the people, I guess, and moats.
Well, can we bathe in the fountain at least? Or is the baths inside?
And he's like, well, and he kind of pauses, like, oh, you know what? I think I heard a report about you guys. Yeah, you're
Yes,
the
we're
new group helping
guests
with
of the king,
Got it.
performers, mercenaries.
Yeah, large group of
All in.
individuals to assist with some. You're the group that's getting the outsource, right? You're the temps hired in to help out with the one
Needles
issue.
is gazing off into the distance, having lost
Yeah.
his train of thought on whatever the guy was saying.
Yeah, it's like, right. Yeah, no. Yeah, since you're guests, I'm sure they'll be fine with you guys bathing there. It's probably if you're sleeping there, they don't want you being stinky there.
Yeah, you're right.
But yes. So you feel free to go in the castle. I'm sure you'll find accommodations there. I'm a garden guard, so don't know too much about the inside of the castle. It's been a while since I've been a castle guard. But anyway, yeah. So it should be fine in there.
To my allies, just in their minds. You know, I was thinking that the guards here were moderately better than the ones in Harbour Town, but they did just let a small army into the castle at very little benefit to themselves. Anyway, and I will lead all of the dirty goblins and villagers into the castle.
Uh,
Well, unless anybody's
oh,
going to say
man.
anything.
No,
fine.
that's fine. That's just funny.
Like, well, they're not causing trouble, I guess.
Not yet.
Yeah.
Yes. And we'll cut to Winch. So you follow this figure as he steps out of the city gates. And he starts to leave the city a little bit. How far do you follow?
I'll follow him as far as he goes. 'cause
Okay.
Why not?
And give me just one more stealth check then.
Roll high, roll high, roll high. Don't die. Out on your own, no one knows. Did he tell somebody where he was going?
No.
Okay, good. Needles wouldn't help even if he could.
All right. There we go.
I'm sure an 11's enough. Early. You said this was a guy with a strange arm?
Mm-hmm.
Needles was not there to see that?
No.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Mm.
So, ties go to the defender. And you see him look around, and you realize too, his gait does seem to be a little bit different than, because you're like, oh yeah, his face seems to be a bit different, maybe a little bit wider, a little bit broader. And then you realize too, he kind of seems to like walk like on his toes a little bit more, like his feet are kind of like bent a slight bit off, but he does step very quietly, very gracefully, and then you realize his fur belt isn't a belt. Seems like it might be like a tail almost. But he looks around because the
belt unravels itself after he looks around for a moment, and you are able to just kind of duck down on the ground, because there's really not much around to hide behind, just tall-ish grass. And you just kind of lay down and hope for the best, and it doesn't seem to notice you. And he goes into a tent.
Okay.
And what do you do?
Think I could use my ability to be able to see what he's doing in the tent?
Oh, like you want to sneak up to the tent? Because you're a decent distance away.
Oh no, I was talking about using my
Oh, Mr. Roboto?
what do you call it? My yeah. Use him to kind of like sneak in there and see what's going on.
Isn't his range 5 feet?
Oh yeah, that's right.
So
I
Maybe I
love
could
that.
sneak up like next to the tent and then like use him to go inside.
yeah, you'd have to go up within 5 feet of the tent, but you could do that.
Okay, yeah, I'll attempt that.
All right. So that before you confirm that though, that is another stealth roll. Does that change your decision you're making or not?
I'll do it.
Okay. And this will be against a passive now instead of an active.
And the DM inspiration.
Yeah, I'm gonna use a DM inspiration.
You don't have to. That was just a question.
Yeah, I was gonna use it anyway.
10 is pretty low. Oh, that's worse.
Ooh.
Okay, another one. One more.
This is not looking.
Yeah, this is
no.
terrible.
They can't solve
The
everything.
Gamba's not.
We
in my
can't win
favor.
every roll.
Well, are you out of DM inspirations? That's what, 1, 2, 3, 4 from earlier. Technically, I think you have one more then.
One more left.
Are you using it? Yes or no?
Fuck it, we Gamba.
20.
Hey!
17.
Hey.
So you sneak up to the tent and have Mr. Roboto look through, and when you look in, you see he removes his glove to reveal a second left hand that seems to be more of like a claw, and his facial features seem to alter a bit to look more feline in nature, and his robes are still the same, his merchant-esque robes. And you see, make a religion check. Arcana technically works, but I think religion is better. Okay.
It's a much better roll.
So this is a devil known as a Rakshasa. And specifically for the lore of this world, you would know, it is a devil who, based on his clothing, is from the plains of greed. And so it's the most base level of the hells, and but the base levels are the ones most likely to try to buy or sell souls. So they're the largest collectors of souls. As you go further within the hells, you're mainly there due to earning your place, being submitting fully to lust in a certain sense, submitting fully to your pride. And so, whereas for greed, base level, you sold your soul to someone. You got that greed. And you now realize, oh, right, that's what felt familiar about him, this is a fellow devil, like Marvelo. As he seems to be, and it seems that this candy that he's trying to get these kids to eat is a part of some arcane ritual to sacrifice them to himself. So after a child has eaten the candy, if they die, based on these incantations that he's starting to say as he's starting to make more candy within this tent, if the child dies after eating the candy, then they are considered a soul tributed to him.
Moral of the story: kids that eat candy go to hell.
Mm-hmm. Specifically candies from strangers. And he hasn't really noticed you yet. You also know that it's a fairly strong, like, they do tend to prefer to do more stealthy things with their method of interacting with the world, but they are still formidable. They don't have to do that. They just do it by choice. And so is you know that it's probably not really super safe for you to be here, and it would probably be safe to go before he notices.
Yeah. I'd like to
Fight him.
make my escape now.
Yeah.
Fight him on your own.
No.
You've got to stand. He doesn't.
And like nat 20 to establish it's like a challenge rating 13.
Oh, that's not that much higher.
So party of 8 might be all right.
Well,
You got action economy.
usually you'd want like 3 or 4 level 13s to
Yeah.
fight something like that. So
Yeah, no, yeah, that's how the math works technically. But I don't know, action economy. Surely you got it. But
if we had all 32 of the caravan, yeah.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, a single person, you probably want to head the other direction. Your character would know this in game. Not like the challenge rating per se, but like that he is a formidable devil. And so heading the right direction, meaning away from this fellow, you head back into town. And let's see. Why is this? Okay, yeah, that is what I thought. That's okay. Good. All right. With that, we then. Oh, is it 2 right hands? I thought it was 2 left hands. Oops. Well, now it's 2 left hands.
I thought it was backward hands. One was left and one was right, but they were switched. I don't know.
And then maybe that's it. Oh well. Anyway, it's 2 left hands now. Yes, the palms are where the back of the hand would be. That's right. And then okay, so all right, I mostly got it right. And wow, I forgot that the weather is now warmer. All right, but regardless, so that is what Winch witnesses before, booking it back. We have the group getting their showers in, and we now have Avalon. And Avalon is heading into the castle. And were you a part of the showering group?
I just want to be clear. Glorb is also taking a shower.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, I was about to say, let me so let's go to Enki. So Enki, as you head into the market, because you're going to the market, right?
Yep.
Once you get to the market, it's similar to how you last saw it. People are playing around and stuff like that. What do you do while you're there?
I wanted to, while I'm like also going to the marketplace, so on the way there, and at the marketplace, I want to look for thieves' cant, any type of.
Yes, you were looking for the thieves' cant. So as you look around, you don't see any thieves' cant actively around, except for there's a couple. There's one that's that indicates the pet shop as a resting place. And you also see where to go. You see. Oh yeah, there's Glinda as well. There's a lot of money to be had for if there's Santa. If you there's a Santa is present and it says Santa has money. And one seems to almost be like a job offer in Thieves' Cant. Whereas someone's said meet me in the basement of Green Dragon Inn, and I'll be reading. I might have a job for you.
There are too
and
many side quests. We're gonna be stuck here for 30 sessions.
New Harbor Town.
And then with that as well, you also see a markings that. What else? Oh no, that's it. That's all that you see.
Would I
But-
be able to differentiate to make sure that it's like not just one person? but
Yeah,
rather-
it seems like a little bit of different handwriting for some of them. It was very elegant handwriting for the one that was talking about the job.
Mhm.
And make a perception check for me. I know, your best roll.
Boy, my best role is my insight in animal handling and
So-
survival.
Oh, wow. You
Yeah,
rolled
yeah.
well. You see there does seem to be a kid, the kid that you see a kid starting to scratch in some on like one of the bricks on the ground. Some Thieves' Cant to be like meet here, like setting a meeting point between some of the tents.
They're meeting up to play Dungeons and Dragons.
Mm-hmm. And the
Mm,
kid seems to be holding 2 large bags and has a lollipop in his mouth, a big old
Okay.
sucker.
is Thieves' Cant is only writing, right?
It can be speech as well.
Can I try and talk to the kid in Thieves' Cant?
Yeah. So what do you say to him?
Kind of asking him if there's any type of thieves guild in the city.
And he looks and goes, "No, as if. None of the kids here are cool enough to form a thieves guild, but I still like to take stuff every once in a while. And there's a couple kids who are still kind of cool. You seem kind of cool. You want some candy?" And he holds out a bag.
I'll pass.
"All right, loser. Didn't realize. I thought you were cool." As
Can I chip the
he
child?
eats some of the candy. So he's not walking, so it's kind of hard to trip someone not walking. So you're just trying to shove
Can I knee
him.
knock him? Can I knee knock him?
Yeah. Go ahead and make this is going to be a contested athletics against a child. So make a athletics roll, and they'll make an acrobatics.
We are
First,
so
we
lucky
put the
Enki
chill
looks like a kid.
No, I'm using inspiration for that. I don't care.
If Enki didn't look like a kid, he'd get in so much trouble so quickly.
It's
They're
true.
gonna be lenient on him though, I bet.
So you shove this kid down.
And he dies.
And he skids his make a your strength is neutral. And he like skids his knees on the pavement and drops his bag of candy on the ground. It's like,
Pick it up.
"No! Oh, you meanie, what the hell? You're an asshole."
Wow.
Give me the bag of candy. I'm grabbing that.
And he's like, "Oh, come on. Oh, I get it. Pick on the orphan. Boo, real big."
It doesn't count. I'm an orphan too, you brat.
At this point, it's Kaya, because he said that in common. At this point, he's not speaking in. And everyone's like, just looks over and sees this kid shoved on the ground, crying a little bit. Knees skid. Candy's been poured all
Like
over
an
the
alleyway,
ground.
right?
It's in an alleyway, but like he definitely like started saying things, and so some people are kind of looking over. And you just run off with a bag of candy.
Yeah.
Like, do you? So mind you, a lot of it like spilled all over the ground. There is still some candy in the bag. But do you like try to scoop up the candy that's on the ground, or do you just run off?
I'll try and scoop up the candy a little bit.
Make it like a sleight of hand check.
Ho ho ho.
Yeah, so you scoop up like a decent amount. There might be like a couple of pieces of candy still there, or like still on the ground. But for the most part, you get most of the candy. So congratulations, Enki, you've shoved a child in. And also, so you're not able to see it because I rolled on the GM layer, but that was a crit fail on the kid's part.
Dang.
Deserved.
I didn't need to use inspiration. No.
It would have been funny as though if you did.
And so, yeah,
Bag of candy. How much would you say that bag of candy weighs?
it's a decent amount. I will say like maybe, I don't know, half pound. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know how much a pound of candy feels. You know what I mean?
A pound of candy's like about this. I don't know. That's like 2 pounds. It's like half of those Halloween bags.
Okay. Then so yeah, it's a pound of candy then. Really, that's a pound?
I think it's
I think?
no.
No,
It's
that's
like
gotta
those
be
are
less.
like 4 or 5
Like half-
pounds. The big bag?
No, like half of the
No.
big bag.
Oh, a big bag. Oh, like, okay, no. So yeah, I'd say like a quarter of a pound, a quarter pound.
Quarter pound. Quarter.
Mhm.
What kind of bags of candy do you guys have?
I was thinking like those small, tiny bags. You know, like the party favor bags.
Oh, the party favors? Those are like not even a pound.
Yeah, no, that's why I was so confused. I was like,
Those are
what? But no,
ounces.
it makes way more sense to think of like the jumbo bags of candy that you buy at like a CVS before Halloween. So true. So yeah, probably like a quarter of that.
Alright.
A third. We'll
Can
say a
I
third.
like kind of dodge anybody's attention and
Yeah.
oh no, I already seen the yeah, I do want to dodge people's attention, but I've already seen the job request thing,
Mm-hmm.
and I want to start heading towards the Green Dragon Inn after that.
Gotcha.
So stealth check or
Yeah, just
Guys.
stealth as you're sneaking through the marketplace.
um
Oh
One
yeah.
of these stealth checks is gonna fail, and you guys are gonna get killed. Dead. Gone. Nobody knows where you are.
Speaking of which, you, Winch, you happen to come into the marketplace. We'll get to Winch after this.
you hear a crying child for
Yeah,
some
you
reason.
do hear a child crying in the distance. But that's beside the point. Let's go to the group that's in the castle. So you're done getting washed up and cleaned. What are you guys doing after washing up?
I would like to go back to the garden with Axon
Okay.
because we did get permission to at least go to the other side of the maze, and I want
Did
to
you
enter.
introduce? Did you
Oh, no, I
introduce
did not.
Axon to anybody?
Yeah.
I guess we just
No,
glossed over.
because I think we just all went to the castle. So guys, this is Axon. Axon.
Yeah,
I
he's
know
just.
his name is Serpent Slayer.
Ah, yes. I am Axon, Dilly Dally, Long Tree, Big Horn, Big Hill, Small Hill, Little Legs, Big Attitudes, Golden Heart, Silversmith, Steel Horse, the Third, Savori. But you
I'm
can
gonna
call
just
me
call
Axon.
you Axie. No, I'm gonna call you Axie.
Axon Axoff. Oh, right, I forgot Axoff. That's also part of my name now.
Dear Lord. All right.
Okay,
did you say
Axie.
Savori?
Yes, he did.
Yes,
That's his family name.
yes, that's a family name.
As in the mechanist responsible for most machine life in Bern?
Oh, well, that does sound like my cousin.
And I like
And it'd
I
have to
time
be him.
and
The
like
rest of our family's dead.
yeah, he doesn't know exactly who his cousin is. That's who he's looking for. And again, I do not know if it's the same Savory that we all know, but at the same time, we don't know much.
If this is happening near Severance,
Mm-hmm.
could we? I obviously don't want to do any major
Yeah.
Yeah.
role play about his character stuff while he's gone, but could we compare the construction of Severance to the mechanical dog that he has and see if
Yeah,
it's like a
both.
similar style?
Yeah.
Is there a connection, like a family trade sort of thing?
So, looking at it, there is a similarity in the sense where it's like the metal seems to be flexible. Like it's very like the joints and everything. Their movement is very fluid, which is, like, mind you, mainly just indicative of like a very skillful worker with it. But at the same time, not many people. There's some similarities. It's no guarantee one way or the other, but it wouldn't. Like, go ahead and make an investigation roll.
Are you looking as well, Avalon? Or...
Yeah. Do you want to do a group?
No,
or-
if we're looking, I would roll separately. I just didn't know
Oh.
if you were looking or not.
And Severance will make a, I
Ooh.
don't know, Arcana.
Everyone's looking.
Yeah, just
Are
looking.
you looking? Is Borg looking?
No,
Borg will roll a
looking.
natural
Let's
20.
look.
Yeah. Am I also doing? What am
Severance
I
is
doing?
not
This?
sure.
What role I got?
I think investigation.
Yeah.
We just
Alright,
took
we'll
off
see.
all of Severance's armor and clothing. He's
Oh,
just
this definitely ain't
while
gonna be
his
a 20. but
player's
it'll
not
be
here.
something.
Well, he's trying to
I
clean
assume we're not
himself.
stripping it.
Uh,
Oh, that would be a good time to have the conversation.
It's like, hey, by the way, so yeah, it is looking at like between like, because you also have Terra, right? Who is here as well. So you do have a mechanism to kind of compare craftsmanship. And Terra is also a very good work of machinery. And however, there are some differences in the movement, whereas both, because like you can still tell that Terra is like a mechanical creature with its movements and such, like still fairly fluid, but the movements of both Severance and Bolts are lifelike. Like if you were to slap skin on it, you would not be able to tell it was a machine. So it does seem like they're, if not the same person who made it, like similar level of quality. Which that degree of skill is usually passed along a family. So it might not be the same person who made it, but it might be someone related.
Axon, you don't happen to recognize Severance here, or the creation of sapient humanoid machines?
Well, I'm going to be entirely honest with you. No. But it does look... But I'll also be entirely honest with you. I've lived a fairly sheltered life before I started adventuring. So, this could exist, and I just haven't seen it yet. And I'm seeing it now, and it looks rather impressive. This is very impressive work. As he, like, motions the Severance, he's like, this is a conversation we'll have later.
He's very devout. His connection to the Moon Maiden has been iffy since we arrived here, so he's probably going to be meditating for a while.
I don't want to interrupt. Though I'm not much of a religious man myself, I want to respect that of others. as he nods, and Severance will go to his room to go do some prayer for now.
Where did you learn actually from Axon?
Oh,
Like, where do you study?
well, mainly studied at home, but after a while of studying and tinkering and practicing, I eventually decided to take my inventions and go on with them to explore the world. And as I explored, I tested, I failed, I rebuilt, and continued onward. Because I figured it was, I should go have an adventure and make the most out of life. There are some other details that I'm not legally allowed to discuss.
Oh,
Of why I'm so happy to be willing to explore and such. Nothing in relation to like what I did. More so of just, well, I don't want to accidentally get myself in trouble. But I did sign an agreement. I cannot speak about certain things, but what I can say is I do so enjoy being able to adventure. And I hoped that while adventuring, I might be able to find an old cousin of mine. Reports say he's dead. But I don't know. I feel like, I was there the day he, quote-unquote, died, and I didn't see any body, so... mind you, none of us were allowed to go out and look for said body, but I don't know. He was rather tenacious. I don't think he's dead.
If not your cousin, would there be another likely member of your family who would be responsible for such mechanical wonders?
No. We're the only two alive.
Oh, well, that
Yeah.
simplifies that.
Mhm.
Most likely him, then.
Now, I hear there's, word has it there's some inventor off in the distant lands, but none of his inventions would make it this far, so... But I hear they're similar quality. Or at least they're getting there. But no. Most likely this is of Savory quality right here. Does look so. Not to take credit from someone else. If someone else made this, then by all means.
Right, I suppose I forgot to ask. Are you tagging along? Briefly or
Oh, yes.
more prolonged? What discussions did you and Avalon have?
Oh,
you fellow artificers?
well, he mentioned that there were children at risk. And, you gotta do
did
it
he
for the
now?
kids.
Avalon said, "You do remember that was the one thing we were told not to spew, although I suppose I'm not one to talk, and I shut up."
This is the one exception, since I can see we need, because he has his bolt with him,
Mhm.
and I just point to Bolt.
As he pats the
I
wolf
think-
that he's riding.
Yeah, and I think they'll be a great asset to this whole search, more so that we can all like split up and search for clues.
I suppose you want a fraction of the pay then, Mr. Savory?
Oh, no, I don't take pay.
Well, I'm fine with this.
Yeah,
We'll
he's
sit
more
on
so
Tara's
for the
shoulder.
story.
Yes, no, the story is the payment within itself.
Glob's under his breath.
Sucker.
In Glob's mind, agreed.
He's like, oh, do you have any? I do so enjoy them. Oh, wait, I have one. And he pulls one out of his pocket and puts it in his mouth.
What was it? Candy?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, sucker.
Mhm.
Yeah, but
And he goes, oh, but, and then takes it out for a second. Sorry, do any of you mind if I indulge?
If you have enough to share.
I'll put it away for now.
Uh, as he like counts like the goblin platoon. I'm like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
I guess that I was gonna clarify. We got rooms for everybody. We got everybody quartered.
Oh, so they're quartered at this point. Oh, then at that point he's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, yeah. And he hands out the sucker to each person.
I will
Nice.
not eat that. It doesn't seem. Well, is that? I don't know. Now I'm deciding whether needles. I think needles would just check most food. Does it seem healthy?
I mean, it's candy. Well, give me
Candy.
a
Did it have the wrapper on
survival
the
check.
sucker?
Oh yeah, no, they have wrappers on them.
Okay.
I'll tell you what,
is.
Glor being a sweet tooth. So,
Sorry, what check?
Medicine.
Medicine.
Mhm.
I think you said survival first. Did you want
Yeah,
survival or
nah, I
medicine?
said survival first, but I disagree with that decision. I think medicine's better.
And do I get my? Well, I get the.
No.
I don't know if it matters. That's not a very high roll.
It wouldn't be a surgeon's tools per se. Well,
Yeah.
maybe it would.
That would
Yeah.
be. That would be a -1 then. So
Ah.
either way, not good.
But yes, no. So it's candy. Hard to say one way or the other.
If Glorb is munching on his, I will give him an extra.
I'm definitely not munching on my. I
you're
asked him
not.
before. Glor being a sweet tooth. He's just like, the fuck?
That fucking
Oh, he ain't. Okay.
Yeah, he's not.
So I pocketed my sucker.
Mm.
I'm just imagining Lord holding the stick, turning it around, just look at it like, what do I do with this?
Well, it's rather simple, you see. You just take this end. It's a sweet, you see. And you just put it in your mouth like this.
And like he's just like taking the sucker and putting it in and out of his own
Ew.
mouth.
Jeez.
I must say, your friend here is interesting.
All right. We're just standing around. Were you saying something?
No,
Yeah.
no.
Where
Oh.
are Enki and Winch? Are they lost?
That
Are
is
they
a good
dead?
question. Like, 'cause I was not in the castle when everyone left. I left Glor, Winch, and Enki and Tibble by themselves while you went to the camp. So I don't know what happened while I was gone.
Huh.
Glor,
Do
what
we
happened
care?
while I was gone?
Glor?
Oh, and that's what happened while he was gone.
Yeah, what happened while I was gone, Glor?
Sucker?
Okay.
Glor's not the
Tibble?
person to
Tibble, what happened while I was gone?
Yes. Well, well, the Enki went to go steal things.
And he pauses and looks. No, he went to go confirm the security of the areas. Mm-hmm.
I mean, you went to go steal things.
And Winch, I think he was gonna go to the stables. I think. Why is he not with you?
He probably died. Oh well.
Oh,
We'll lose people eventually.
yeah.
That's
No,
a
that's just the
shame.
goblin way. We do tend. It's why we're very prolific in the spring. We tend to die a lot before, up until
What
then.
season is it currently?
It is towards the tail end of winter.
Oh, so we're getting close to goblin season. Got it.
Oh. I don't think he's dead. I feel like we always do, we get sidetracked.
Yes.
Well,
Well,
not much we can do from here. Did you have a plan, Avalon? I
Uh,
suppose I was hoping we'd gather together and investigate the sewers, but everybody else has different plans. So I am just going to sit on Terra's shoulder and listen.
I was gonna head. If Axon, do you want to join me? We're going to head to the other maze and check that out real quick while waiting for everyone to come back to the castle. since we're not too far away from the castle.
Right. Sounds like a plan. We'll go investigate that. You guys make sure your friend is safe. This city is fairly safe. I'm sure he's fine. But I do like the idea of there being some kind of peril at stake. Now, I don't wish your friend in danger. It just would make an interesting story, now wouldn't it?
I
Well,
really feel like we shouldn't have left Enki alone after all those times he got hurt.
with how small, fast, and sneaky he is, I don't think we have much of a choice.
If we find his dead body, we'll find his dead body.
We'll find a powerful enough cleric. Or perhaps the Fairy King will do us a good deed just this once and bring him back. Maybe as a ghost.
Hmm.
Yes. And, Winch, you're in the marketplace. What are you doing in the market? Are you, now that you're in the market, was there anything, you saw the kid as he was, or you hear a kid screaming about getting pushed over.
Go and push him over again.
Will of this child.
Well, I'm guessing I still think that everybody's up at the stables, so I guess I go up to the stable. Because I have no idea where everybody is right now.
All right.
Thankfully, Gail's there, so she should be able to tell him where we are.
Yeah, actually, that's true. Make a perception check.
Perception.
Oh my heavens.
Oh.
You guys pass each other.
Well, let me make a perception check for Gale. Add a 2 to this. All right.
Not bad.
Oh.
So, Gale, so Winch, you just for a brief moment kind of black out as you're like just overstimulated from everything in this market. Unless, or actually, you know what? Do you have anything? What do you think a nat 1 for looking for someone? What's that look like to you, Winch?
Oh, when you're looking for someone, you just never find them.
Yeah.
Ever.
So you're just staring off into the void.
Constantly walk past them.
Yeah, you're
I
just
don't know.
doing circles. Yeah, like, oh, is there someone around here? And she's like, hey, I don't know if I caught your name. Are you Winch? And like, someone seems to be like taps your shoulder, and you look, and it's Gale. She's like, hey, you're a part of the traveling party, right?
Yeah. Yep. I am.
Oh, just wanted to give you a heads up. I don't know if you were with the rest of the group. We're all staying at the castle now. Were you aware of that? I wasn't sure who knew what.
Oh no, I wasn't. I had no idea.
Oh, okay. Yeah, glad I ran into you. Oh, if you see Needles, let him know. Apparently it works similar here, where if you just have a space you can set up. This can't be right, but apparently it is. No one stopped me yet, and I asked a bunch of the stands here, and all of them say they just kind of set up a shop. They didn't say anything about like paying for the space or anything, which don't know why there's not more shops here. Well, there's a lot of shops, I guess, but
No, I think unregulated selling of goods in a town full of kids is really healthy.
yeah, it's like this feels wrong. This doesn't seem like, am I crazy to say that? Do you say anything back, Wedge? Or do you just quietly stare at her?
No, I don't think you're that crazy.
Right. Anyway, I'm gonna do you want to buy anything, by the way, since I already got you?
No, I'm good.
Yeah, no, that's
I'll
fair.
relay the information to Needles when I see him.
Sounds good. Otherwise, I'm just gonna be setting up shop, selling some stuff. But if you guys, you are still my favorite customers, so if you do need anything special, feel free to swing by.
Okay.
All right. and she's like, "Hey, careful! There's some sicko like pushing over children. So
Hmm.
I don't know. There's some weirdo out there. Just be careful, all right?"
All right, I'll serve him justice if I find him.
I appreciate it. Guards weren't able to catch him either, so they were asking around, and he said it was like looked like a kid, but not a kid, like a face of an adult, but like a body of a child. I don't know. The kid might just be a little bit stressed at the moment, not able to give a good description. But
Does
anyway,
Enki look? I think his face is it childlike or is it adult-like? I forget.
I think it's
Enki.
in the middle. He mainly wears like a cloak around his face too.
Yeah. He's pretty much
Okay.
always wearing a cloak.
I always just imagined him as looking like a, I don't know, like 13-year-old kid with how mischievous he is, but I don't know.
Fair.
Yeah,
I
no,
just
he
wanna get
looks
the
very
right-
childlike.
Yeah.
Okay.
From what you can tell from like,
Mhm.
you know, because he has that like little face mask thing.
Yeah. And you know, he's very he moisturizes, so yeah.
With
Basically,
ketchup like
routine.
Miley Cyrus?
If you were in the thicket for longer, you would have gotten the skin routine, you know.
Mhm.
But you know, that's what happens when you don't have it. You end up with
Yeah.
the needles.
That's
With a needle.
It's a disease now?
what, Botox? And then oh look, party Winch is here.
Nice.
That actually worked out
Yo,
really well.
Lynch. Did you find anything to purchase? Or just did a loop-de-loop of the town?
No, I didn't find anything to purchase, and then I'll tell them what happened, who I followed, and I'll tell Needles about the what you said.
The Rakshasha or whatever. Rakasha.
Yeah.
And Gale not have, I don't need to talk to the king, I think is what he meant.
Oh yeah.
That's Needles is holding the sucker, which is almost the size of him,
Yeah.
right out in front of him, about to like take a bite, or not take a bite, but lick it. That's not good. I'm gonna cast detect magic.
On the candy that
It's
you
just
have?
it's just a
Yeah.
it's just
Or
a
just jar,
30-foot
yeah.
range.
Where you currently are, everything's about the same.
Okay,
It's
so
like the
the
same
candy
thing
is
you
not
get always.
magical or cursed.
Yeah.
Seems like we can trust this Axon fellow, but we should probably keep an eye out for cursed candies. Do we think that's who's responsible? Turning to everybody else.
I thought it was Sundara's brother.
That was her guess.
Yeah.
So, no, it could be a group effort, or there could be separate criminals. I don't like the sound of a Rakshasa, you called it. I'm not sure I'm even familiar with what that is.
So we got a demon, a cult leader, and a clown.
I think we got our title episode.
I don't think Needles would know what a Rakshasa is. Okay.
Yeah, no, probably not. Well, wait, no. You don't have disadvantage, so it's on the left. You're familiar. It's a type of devil.
Dealing with devils, unless they're like Marvelo, well, to be fair, Marvelo was, I feel, a bit more upfront. Giving candy to kids, even I'm not that evil.
So, yeah, several places to look. We got the garden maze, we got the sewers.
I'm usually not an upright citizen, and I don't want to spend too much more time dawdling around the castle. But might we be responsible enough to inform Sundara that there are contaminated and cursed candies, so that perhaps an investigation could be done to remove such things from the populace? Unless you might just put the job on us at this rate.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we're going to get the job no matter what. We've been getting jobs every day.
I think let's Nope, Needles does not care. Okay. We'll figure it out eventually. It's a lead at least. It's well done, Winch. And I'll pat him on his tentacles
Yeah.
very condescendingly.
That's like patting. Oh, like because you're small enough where it's like the side of his face is
Yeah, just sit on his shoulder and just give him a couple slaps on across his tentacles. Well done, well done.
All right.
So we're recruiting a clown or we're going to the theater, I believe were the two paths we were contemplating. And by recruiting a clown, I mean investigate the maze.
Oh,
I just assume recruiting a clown will come into play at some point.
Oh, oh.
think
Lorna's going to the theater
Yeah.
when you found me.
Right, right. Did you want to investigate the maze with us first so we could attend the theater together, or do we want to split up one more time? Or we could all head to the theater now, before story time starts.
Yeah, either or. Lord doesn't mind. I got Tibble.
Yeah. We'll do it. We'll go. We're gonna do cool things. We're gonna.
But if we're right here, may as well investigate the maze
Yeah.
that supposedly has nothing in it, and then get to the theater on our way around the town.
And hopefully we meet up with Enki at some point.
Well, if we don't, you know, Faye, they dip in and out. I might disappear one day.
I mean, he has all the food.
True. We're rich. It's fine.
I love this. It just seems like a fucking like side episode. He's on his own little adventure.
Speaking of which, Enki.
Oh.
So Enki, you sneak over to the inn.
Wait, one more thing
Yes.
before we go to Enki.
Yes, yes, yes.
Damn, those boots though. We don't want to lose those. Surely.
He has all the good stuff. He has the picture on too.
So we don't even care about him. We just care about what he had.
Like he has this, he has that.
It's like, oh, Enki will die, you know, so be it. And wait, but the loot. Wait, he has the magic items.
You know, Enki, when you pass, can I have your shoes?
All right.
That's right. Actually, an important distinction. I think, Enki, don't you also have the red scale?
For the rod.
Let's go.
Yeah, the whole rod's together.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
should have
Yeah.
both.
Oh, yeah.
The gold
that's
rod
right.
and the scale.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
That makes it
Just
seem
a
important.
rogue with an inconspicuous shiny golden rod on his back and and little boots with wings on them.
is wee soon. So Enki, as you enter the Green Dragon Inn, you know, there's just a couple of kids, some parents. They're like, oh, all right, they're having the the kids are, you know, drawing on the table. They have like paper on the table so the kids can draw as like food's coming out to some of the tables.
Sounds like a Disneyland hotel.
And as you go in, what do? Bartender seems to be, you know, tending the bar, making sure it's clean, stuff like that.
I'll go up to the bartender and ask where the basement is.
He goes, oh, there is no basement here.
This is my lying voice. There is no.
Right. There's no trouble wanting thing.
I'm
Sounds very
sorry
honest.
for asking.
Would you like
Well,
something
what-
to drink?
I can't. What did the message say again? At the,
That's a history check first number.
He just looks at you for a moment. I will say, because it happened moments ago, you don't need a history check. But the note didn't say anything about the password. It just said there was a job in the basement.
come on, you know I'm here.
It's like,
Yes, would you like anything to drink? What would you like to drink?
Do we really have to go through this?
Um,
Use your spells. Use your spells. You've got spells.
yeah,
You never use your spells.
I love this.
yeah. You can use a spell or a persuasion check if you wish.
You're very good at persuading people.
Pull out your sword.
That's true. You can turn it into an intimidation check if
You're
you
gonna give me
want.
a job.
Start breaking through the floor,
I'll
prying
try
up
and
the.
persuade. I'll try to
You
persuade
can
him.
just run past him.
Go full telltale
You can just
heart.
run
I didn't know where to run.
Yeah. No,
I mean, you
you
can just
don't-
search the entire inn until you find.
Alright,
Who is he,
persuasion.
Barry Allen?
We've already established I'm
16.
pretty much Quicksilver.
Pretty much.
16.
Your highway speeds. You're
Yeah,
not.
no, you're
Quicksilver
dash.
yet.
Yeah, you're dash.
I wish I was Quicksilver.
When you get haste cast on you, maybe.
Yeah.
Haste, and I retcon into a tabaxi.
There you go. So 16. He looks at it. And he's like, "Come on, man. What would you like to drink?"
I don't remember the exact password.
Password?
been a while since-
I don't know what you're talking about. It's a little early to pass out. Here, how about you have something light? And just gives you a water. Or how about some root beer?
I don't drink that stuff. It's like practically poison. You know how much sugar's in that? It's just a man who stole a bag of candy.
He's like, alright, well, anyway, let me know when you're willing to buy something. Or,
Alright. I'll buy a drink for the next person
oh,
that comes here.
that's awfully nice of you. What would you like to buy for them?
Give the next kid a root beer and give the next parent a beer because I know they'll need it.
Ah, yes, root beer. Yes, I'll get that for the parent, yes. And then he's like, also, too, it's way too early. What are you talking about? First, learn the password. Second, come here when it's an appropriate time of night. You have a problem.
I'm sorry, you know? I feel like they wouldn't expect it during the day, so that kind of makes more sense now.
Alright, admittedly, yes, some people do come this early. But also, learn the band password.
What was it again?
No,
I
I'm not
forgot.
telling you. It defeats the purpose if I tell you.
How am I supposed to learn if you're not gonna tell me?
Talk to people. I don't know. How do anyone learn anything? I'm not just gonna tell
By
you.
the person who's keeping it from them.
Duh.
Just have an argument about being secretive and being louder.
Yeah. Bro, shut up. Wait, make an intimidation check.
Are you about to make
Bam.
Anki cry? Oh, thank you.
It's like, dude, quiet.
Can I use
not
DM
so loud.
inspiration to make
Oh.
him take a lower roll?
No.
No, that's fine.
Please,
that's
just make, like, and he just starts crying in the tap.
This guy's like, dude, quiet down, all right? Look, just ask around. Literally, almost any adult here probably knows the password, all right?
All right.
Brother.
You look like an adult, right?
I swear to Tyr, if you do not either order another thing that costs money, oh, also pay for your drinks. That's going to be 2 silver.
all right. I hand him the 2 silver.
And he's like, all right, thank you. My tolerance for you has gone a slight bit higher. It's still low, but it has gone a slight bit higher. So, I'm going to tell you this. I'm not going to kick you out of my bar because you are a paying customer. But do know, I have limited patience. Okay?
Would you just tell me, and I'll slide him a gold piece.
And you saw him go, he's like, you know, you do seem like a friendly fellow. I'd love to help you if I could. as,
I'll be
he,
trying out
as he takes
fella.
the gold and looks at you again.
Shh. Fine. I'll be back. Mark my words.
And he's like,
And I'll walk off.
well, I mean, if you happen to have like 10 more friends of this variety, and points down to the gold.
I have like, yeah, I could do 10.
Do you hand him the 10 gold?
I'll consider when I come back.
And he goes, that's fair. You know, if you come back later, we might have more of the good stuff anyway. And then, so you head out?
Yeah, I'll head out.
All
I'd
right.
like
Like
to. Is there any wandering people on the way?
Yes, we're gonna cut back to the group in the castle.
I didn't make my
Actually-
gold back.
I was gonna suggest because if Enki was coming back to the castle, then
Yeah,
if we
and
could all
go back
group
to the
up
castle.
together, that would be great. So if you could
Perfect.
just finish Enki's,
Sounds good.
I think that would be best.
So Enki, as you're walking, go ahead and make a persuasion, or you're looking to see if there's anyone you could pickpocket on the way.
Yeah.
Make a
can
perception.
never
Anyone
be
to pick
simple.
pockets.
It can never be simple. Deal.
So
Well, that's
there do seem to be there's a decent amount of guards, so as you're looking around, because they're patrolling, you only have the night patrol, so you have trouble seeing if anyone has like an open available pocket that would be worth trying to pickpocket. Not to mention again,
I have the route too. No. ask
you
for
have
the
the
route.
night routes. You don't know what the day routes are. But you do see a couple of guards
Mhm.
patrolling.
How big are the guards' pockets?
You know, some of the guards do have some stuff on them. You can try to pickpocket them if you want. But it
Don't you
is
have
a
the second
guard.
baby?
I feel like I'm gonna get yelled at.
Stop!
by the
You
others.
violated the law.
Stop like that,
You've
criminal
committed
scum!
crimes against Hunt, you've committed crimes against Skyrimer people. What say you in your defense?
Aren't you carrying
Gonna
like
Yeah.
the
take your
second
confiscated
baby?
I
items
used to
and
be an
then
adventurer. What was that?
just gonna take your confiscated
yeah.
items and then to jail with you.
I'm just gonna come out of the freaking jail with nothing but my boots and goldenrod. Actually, wait, that was stolen too. Nothing
Just
but the
naked
boots
in boots.
and the fish. Just a bunch of fish.
That's a really good scene, I think.
Mhm.
Just a naked
Oh,
elf in boots
stolen.
carrying a fishing rod, walking into the sunset.
Oh no.
I'll just head back to the castle quietly. Oh wait,
Good.
actually, there's houses near me. Any of the houses tended?
Tended as
clearly-
in like, are there people in there?
Yeah.
I mean, are you able to tell if someone's in a house by looking at it? It's hard to tell.
I mean, lights. See if there's anyone in the room.
It's daytime.
it's
What are you
it's
talking about?
daytime.
Oh, well, see if there's people in a room or something. I'd like to peek through the windows.
You walk over to a house, peek through the window. All right.
Our first day in town, guys.
Delta leaf. Delta
You
leaf.
have a sack of candy on your shoulders, speaking to someone's house.
That's a
Gotta
good
be
point, though. He
able
can play it off. He can play it off like he was
Success.
gonna go down the
Hey,
chimney.
Santa Claus.
During the day. No.
And if I
Alright.
get caught, well, you said to test out the locks for myself.
All right. So you go to a house, and as you look in, you do see someone like looks, and they're like, kind of give you a look like, "What are you doing? Get out of here!" and they like walk over to the window and like, "Hey, kid, where are your parents? Get out of here! Go!
Hey, you want a piece of candy?
No, get! What are you doing? Get out! Leave!"
What's the season of giving?
Well, make a persuasion check.
Persuasion.
He's like, no, I'm not taking weird candy, random candy from a weird child looking through my window. Get out of here.
Weird.
Yes,
It wasn't
weird.
gonna be
You don't just.
rude.
I don't know what your parents taught you. You don't just look through people's windows. Like,
My
this is my
parents are
private
dead.
property. This is. You don't just. The windows are for me to look out at the world around my house, not for people to look in at me. That's not how this
We should have
works.
gotten them tinted or invested some curtains, freaking loser.
Ooh.
Leave. This is my go. I
Here,
don't.
command wall.
wanna leave.
Yeah. He's like, do I have to contact your? Where are your parents? Do I have to have a guard help you find your parents?
Well, that's a pretty nice looking brick right there. Huh? I'll be back.
Are you threatening my house? No, I think I'm gonna have to just call a guard. Hold on. No.
Whoa,
Run,
threatening.
run.
You're gonna
Get out
And
there.
he goes to the door and opens the door to head over to you, and he's like, "Come on, we're gonna go get to the nearest guard. There's one not too far from here. They're patrolling." And he
bonus
goes over
action
to grab
dash.
you.
Action dash.
Roll initiative really quick.
No.
Okay. Initiative.
Is that the roll you're sticking with?
Dude, I can't believe it. I can't believe Enki actually
I'll
did
use a
die.
demonstration.
You're gonna be our first person to go to jail.
I can't believe after trying to steal 5 times in a row in 2 hours, he's gonna get in trouble with the law.
Wow. Finally got caught.
Is that your final roll?
My final roll.
All right. You are just barely able to go first.
How much just barely? I gotta know.
So in the case of ties for initiative, whoever has the highest bonus goes first.
Oh my gosh. Oh my god. Alright. Whew.
You weren't worried at all.
No, I had it in control.
I assume you at this point are booking it out of there.
Does he have any immediate valuables by his window?
You don't see anything of monetary value by the window.
Alright, I'll run away while screaming, broke ass man! Just like,
He's just sprinting off, and he's like, "What the god, you freaking kids!"
and I'll leave one piece of candy just where I was.
That makes up for it.
He's like,
Yeah.
garbage, leaving out trash at stupid kids. All right, and you sprint over to meet with the rest of the group at the gardens.
As you get within 30 feet, you hear, well, when we find his body, I think Glorb would really be the best fit for his boots. He is
I mean-
rather intimidating at fast speeds.
Let's like list down all the things he has that we might be able to find.
Does he still have those letters? We're really going to have to dig through that corpse.
I think so.
And I
What are you guys talking about? Is there another pair of boots?
Oh, hi, Enki.
Enki, you're alive. That's delightful. I'm really excited for boots.
Ooh, yay.
Enki, do you still have your speak with animals going?
It's only 10 minutes. I
No, it's
think.
only 10 minutes. Okay, that's right. It's not Baldur's Gate, where you cast it.
Oh,
it's
is that just all day?
Mhm.
It should
Like
be.
that's a
all day.
long rest.
Yeah. Well, isn't it a
That
ritual
is
cast
ritual.
though?
It is ritual, so you could recast.
Yeah.
Sure, ritual cast it.
That is 11 minutes.
Yeah.
I thought you said it was 10.
No, it lasts 10 minutes. It's 11 minutes for the ritual cast.
Or I think it's 10 minutes and 6 seconds, actually.
Yeah. For speak with animals,
Whatever.
unless it's in
I'll go from
combat,
standing.
I just kind of let it happen, frankly.
Wait, I have
Uh,
Glorb to translate. It's alright.
Esteban just kind of, as you approach it, it would seem that you have many valuables worth taking off your corpse. Perhaps it would be wise for you to at least let us know where you're potentially going to die.
If dying breath, I'll rip my boots in half.
Fair enough. You are a interesting fellow. Are these not your companions? Would they not benefit from your goods?
Companions?
You are
I'd say they're
traveling
close
together.
to scapegoats, if anything.
Interesting. I will keep this in mind.
I land on Esteban's head. Wolf, please, do you speak it?
And uh, in Wolf, he'll go, yes, apologies. I'm not used to speaking in Wolf. It is.
Perhaps we could find. Oh, right, Glorb, you haven't heard this.
Yeah, that's right.
It's
Glorb.
very. It's an odd experience trying to communicate ideas with simple sounds, but Esteban here is an intelligent feline companion, so not so frustrating as speaking to other animals like it was back at home.
Yes. I'm not entirely certain where home is for you, but I can imagine it was difficult. I apologize for
The
their...
thicket, that place.
The land where nothing comes easy, except for easiness.
From what I hear about the Fairy King, well...
I try to stay uninvolved with those matters. Oh, Paul.
Anyway, Avalon, Esteban says that you should probably bathe again, but that's about it. Nothing important.
Okay.
He said bow wow arf arf.
I find that
Okay.
rather rude. As he looks to Glorb, he's like, that is a bit insulting. I lower myself to speak your language, and you...
Like, I like look at Esteban like I don't think he was happy that you just said all that.
Yeah, like the ears are kind of like airplaning back a little bit as he's looking at Glorb. This is the reward I get for lowering myself and speaking in your dirty tongue. I see. This is why I prefer to not speak in dog. This is why.
Anyway, catching everyone up, we are planning on investigating this side of the labyrinth either quickly or slowly, depending on what's there, and then potentially attending the theater if we have time before storytelling takes place. I believe are the two items immediately on the agenda.
Yeah.
Hey,
since
guys,
we
I think I
can't-
found a house that would be a really good place to start looking. It's and I'll point to the house where I got yelled at. That guy over
Did
there,
you find
know,
evidence of missing children?
he has a basement hatch, so I feel like that's a good place to start.
Roll
Out of the
deception.
three, he's the only one with there.
I don't believe that.
Roll deception.
No! I'll use my last. Damn it! Wait, how'd you
No,
get that?
you. There's no way.
I'll
Let's count, right? Let's do some counting. You've definitely used 5 this session alone.
No, I haven't used 5.
I think
There's
Winch
no
was
way
the
I
one that
have.
used the most.
Winch has used 5.
Oh, I was thinking.
Because
Winch.
I only have 2. I only had 1 last session.
Oh,
and
that's
I
right.
gave-
I was thinking Winch. I was like, I know someone who is going on their own burned through a bunch. That's
No, I've been
right.
actually getting pretty lucky.
That's right. Okay.
Because I did it on the athletics. That's the
Mhm.
only one that I've done today.
That's right. It was just that. Okay.
It's like a trip a child.
Push a child.
Best choice ever, though. Let's be
Oh,
honest.
great choice.
By the way, does anyone want a candy?
Oh,
Demon
actually-
Creation.
We can't eat candy here. We just learned something.
Bah!
Winch
Boom!
found something legitimately valuable.
Alright, I'm out of DM inspirations.
Jesus, just to lie to us.
Yeah. Let me see. 'Cause it's Esteban will turn to Needles and be like, I do not think this home he is discussing is worth investigating.
Needles is not paying attention. He's not listening in Wolf anymore, so he just passes out one ear. We should probably investigate that home at some point, perhaps third on the agenda? I believe both of you went off on your own, and I thought you had died, but it seems like you both found useful things. Congratulations.
Like, I'll be like, Needles, it's Enki. He's probably trying to steal something from the house.
But if there's a basement hatch and Enki's a
I
clever
wanted to-
fellow,
If I wanted to steal something, would I have already taken it?
You've taken so many things already, haven't you? I point to the lockbox that you still have.
That's right. You have the lockbox. You haven't opened yet.
And also, you have the second
did open
candy.
it. I
you
opened
did
it.
open it. That's right.
Oh, okay. And also, like, where did you get the second candy from?
I found it.
I don't believe you, Anki.
What? Is it that odd that I found a bag of candy on the ground?
But speaking of candy,
In the land
before
of children?
you haven't eaten any of that, have you?
Yeah.
No.
There's a Rakshasa, as Winch calls it. He seems
I've just been
quite
passing it around to
knowledgeable.
everybody I see.
Well, let's
I'm just
hold
kidding.
off.
I'm
Well,
just
to be fair,
kidding.
if you'd like to pass it around, that's on you. But the candy here is potentially cursed, as there is a devil seemingly procuring the souls of children, which is I feel like he's stepping on some toes with Marvelo, but
Have you eaten any
Wait,
candy
wait.
recently?
I ate candy at the marketplace that the man was selling.
Ooh.
I'm gonna cast Detect Magic again on his bag of candy.
Mm-hmm. And
Any-
yeah. Oh, yeah. Evil. There's there's arcane. Because let me double check. Curse, right? It can if there's like some kind of curse kind of deal.
It does not. So if I cast it on item, is it? I believe. Let's find out exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Oh no, Detect Magic. No, I'm not doing Identify yet. I'm doing Detect Magic.
Mhm.
It is just if it is affected by magic. Let's look at
Yes,
specifically
okay.
what it is.
And it's let's see.
Yeah, object in the area that bears magic, and you learn
Okay.
its school of magic if it has one.
Okay.
But that's all I learned.
Yeah. I guess sort of necromancy, but yeah, magic.
Oh, you didn't eat one from that bag, did you?
Oh no, of course not.
But you ate candy from a guy, another guy, right?
Who was selling? Or I mean, he was selling. I didn't buy any, but I did have one. That's where I got the lockbox from.
So you don't know where that candy came from, right?
I mean, it was like on a shelf displayed.
But maybe
And,
this
you
candy
know-
was also on a shelf displayed, but now it's in the bag.
This one, I couldn't tell you. I found it.
Well, at the very least, we have
Hey,
proof that there are
I'm just-
cursed candies being distributed.
I'm just saying, when I picked up this bag, it was on the ground.
I believe it.
Yeah, I want to do insight check.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Ooh, 4.
Yeah.
I want to roll.
If anybody could piece it together, it's totally wins.
Yeah.
Yeah, Winch, do you want to do an investigation instead of insight roll? You can make either one.
All right.
Now that's fun. That's
Yeah.
fun.
The great
Just found candy
Enki,
on the
I would
ground.
never lie.
I'm just going. I know I'm not going to believe it in character as well as like, but I'm like, okay, I'll let you pass this one
Yeah, it's like,
time.
I can't prove you wrong.
But I know
I
I won't
swear,
prove you wrong
That's a
later.
lie. It is nothing but the truth. I swear on my mother.
Like your parents are dead.
I just swear on it. What more do you want from me?
Little candle.
Ooh.
Fine, I
wait,
swear on
wait.
the souls of these children candy things that I was not
I
to lie.
want you to swear that you'll never
You
tell
can
a
ask 'em,
lie
ask 'em,
until
go
we
ahead.
leave this town.
You said they were children, right? Ask them. They'll say, we were on the ground and he picked me up. Go on, whisper. And I'll like wave the bag in his face.
Wait,
Mm,
to who? Tibble or Tara?
whoever's questioning me.
I feel like we've established that the candy was taken from somewhere, but regardless, it's curse. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Unless that has any leads for us, I'm not sure it's even valuable information to begin with.
I mean, I saw the person who dropped it.
Oh.
Description.
Yeah.
Or you have
kid.
an illusion spell. Could you demonstrate?
Like, show us everything.
Just an image of the face would be fine.
Oh, okay. Well,
Must have been a dastardly fellow.
Right. You
I
wouldn't
would like
lie,
to use
right?
better
You wouldn't lie about all that.
I would like to use spider illusion to show the kid just flopped on the ground.
Yeah.
Like-
You recreate the image of the kid, the scraped knees, crying. Yep.
and the candy bag next to him, like in front of him on the
Mhm.
ground.
Yeah.
See, on the ground.
And
Why is the kid crying?
Winch, that does look
I don't
similar to the kid who was talking to the Rakshasa.
Okay.
How should I know?
I don't recognize the fellow. Is anybody? I don't know if this is a lead or not. Might just be a bystander.
He was also talking to Thieves' Cant.
Oh,
So I
Then
was trying to
perhaps it
find out
is-
if there was some sort of thieves guild here, but it seems like it's just a bunch of runts who happen to find some guide to Thieves' Cant or something.
thieves can't. I'm not experienced in, but I wouldn't imagine a kid would learn it for no reason. That does seem a bit more dubious than just a random child distributing candies. But unless, I suppose we can just keep in mind the face, unless anybody has any more context.
Winch.
Oh. Is this the same kid that I saw
Mhm.
earlier?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Where did you get that candy from?
We all point to the image of the kid on the ground that he summoned.
Yeah.
The illusion.
With like the
Oh.
candy spilled on the ground as a part of the image.
Oh,
On the ground. That's where I got the candy.
on the ground.
You don't recognize him, surely?
Oh, the kid on the ground.
Yeah, you recognize that as the kid who was making the deal with the Rakshasa.
Oh, okay, yeah. I've seen this kid before. He was with the guy I told you about. Yeah, the shady looking guy.
That means it's likely more. Whether the kid knows it or not, he's working for the enemy. We should kill him.
We're not killing a kid.
Yeah, we robbed them. Come on.
Oh, so you did rob the kid.
What? No. That's why I want to rob him. I haven't robbed him yet.
Well, at the very least, Enki, regardless of his intent, did a good deed in relinquishing the candy from a no-good child who is likely going to distribute it to his peers. Congratulations,
right?
Enki.
Thank
But
you.
now we're also
That
find the
child-
kid again.
Yeah, that child was a rotten one. He called me a loser. Look what happened to him.
If I were there, I would have pushed him
some-
over.
If only.
I had a similar train of thought, but I decided to be the bigger man.
But now we have to
I-
find that child again to get more information.
True. Winch, though, you said that Winch told us that there was a tent, and he told us the exact location, so we at least have that lead. And he knows both the Rakshasa, more feline form, and the human disguise. I do feel at this point, though, we could make ourselves a bit more money if we present this to Sundara. If we have evidence of candy that is cursed, and we offer to locate it all over the course of our stay and make sure it's not being eaten, we could perhaps scrape a bigger bounty.
Then
You had
let's
me at
do it.
money.
All right, let's. I'm gonna try to be quick about this. Could I? I just want to let Sundara know. Needles will fly in if anybody wants to come with, but I'm just gonna
Uh,
notify
you have the
Sundara.
other.
I'll come with.
Yeah, because Enki has the bag.
Right, the candy.
All right.
Uh,
And then I just realized I don't think I posted the image of. Do I have the image of her? Oh no, that's right. I forgot I was gonna make the image of her and I didn't get around to it. My bad.
I got an image of Axon in the chat, so it's okay.
Oh, good. Oh, yeah. Honestly, yeah, close enough. Uh, uh, and so yes, you head in, and she's like, "Oh, back so soon. Are you just heading to your rooms, or do you have anything you wish to discuss?"
We're rather rapid on the uptake, my lady. We've found key pieces of evidence in our investigation in
Oh,
only a matter of an hour.
very swift of you.
Enki, and I wave my hand out in a very performative way, present the evidence.
Of course. And I'll walk up elegantly and present it as a knight would a sword to their king,
And
but
she
just a bag of candy instead.
and she takes a look and she casts a spell and looks at it and goes, "Oh, well, this would be rather problematic. Thank you very much for bringing this to my attention."
It's a bit more dire, though. Are you familiar with the devilish race of Rakshasa?
Unfortunately, yes.
Our friend, the tentacled one, if you remember, was so keen as to follow one out beyond the city boundaries. Very brave of him, considering he
Yes.
certainly would have died if he was caught. But he found the location of the tent, and this individual was working with a child within the city to distribute these, and there is unfortunately likely more.
Well, if there's any kid who would be willing to work with someone for the sake of causing trouble, it's probably Angeras. All right, I'll have my
I'll
guards.
summon an I'll summon an illusion of the guy that Enki showed us. Is
and
this the brat?
Down on the
The
ground.
punchable, pushable brat?
And she looks-
He's also on the ground.
and she goes, yes, unfortunately so. I mean, we've done our best to try to make sure.
Should we kill him?
No, he's a child. What's wrong
But
with
he's
you?
distributing candy that will take people's souls. Honestly, if you're really keen on it, then the souls are worth far more than life itself.
The kid
Eternal
doesn't know.
damnation is worth.
The- look, the kid doesn't know. All right,
I could find out if he knows, and if he knows, should we kill him if he was aware of the circumstances?
I really think there's a. I appreciate your assistance in this matter.
Exactly, Needles. Come on,
Allow
don't worry.
the judgment, if possible, to be dealt by the law. I
And if
appreciate
he
your
attacks
gusto.
us,
However, this is still a child, and he
You
is
should
very
probably send-
misguided.
your guards to fetch him then. I feel as though if we get tangled with him, he might end up
Yes.
with the spell through his face.
Yes, perhaps it's best if the guards deal with this. I appreciate. We could not have done this without you, but allow the law to take it from here. And
How much is it worth to clear out the rest of the cursed candy?
well, all right. Yeah, no, I suppose no good deed goes unpaid for.
Doesn't have to be money, but there should be some sort of compensation.
Win money.
Money helps.
Well, I am a I'm a decent priestess. I could assist if you have any ailments among you.
I don't suppose that includes permanently recovering memories. I suppose that would make things a lot easier, wouldn't it?
Well,
Like you had done a thing already.
unfortunately, we are still a bit short on slate stone. However,
Figures.
if you're talking about permanent memory loss, when I was worried about the king, I sent messengers around to ask and see if there's any specialists in the cities. While I may be a cleric of renown, I am still limited. However,
Mhm.
Forgot I was
I
upside down in the-
feel a proper trade, information for information. In Dreamland, the governor there is a magician of renown, known for his work with dreams and memory. He seems to be a bit. He's who taught me how to use slate stone for the king. He might be able to teach you how to use it in a way that would most benefit yourselves.
question.
You know, as helpful as that is, it's really sort of a long-term and unreliable solution. I don't suppose you'd allow... We'd like to talk to the king a bit more closely about his missing son. I suppose it doesn't help regardless. Money helps. You have money, you have stars.
No stars.
The king doesn't have any stars.
No, we only
What's he need
deal with
stars
gold.
He's a king.
Yes. We do not have use for stars here.
Who's in charge of Star City? This isn't important. We'll talk later.
Yes.
How many guards are you sending over to grab the child?
That doesn't seem important either,
This
Anki.
is irrelevant.
We've notified you of the candy. Should we seek out the candy on promise of reward, or will you procure the rest of the dangerous candies yourself?
I will neutralize it. And
Well, I
and
hope
she
you can meet thieves' can't.
and she motions to her one of her stewards, and she whispers in their ear a little bit. And anyone trying to overhear can make a perception check if you're trying to overhear what she's saying.
So I would have advantage.
I'm not in the castle to hear, Joel.
And with
Wait a minute. Let me
What?
do it too, actually. I just
Oh,
realized I have really good fucking hearing. I was like, hold up.
yeah.
I can't do this.
I mean, I'd rather not the two people with negative perception modifiers. Only one to freaking.
I'm blind. Hold up. Give me a moment. I'm squinting. I wear glasses. There it is.
All right.
Can I reroll this?
Sure.
I
So
might
you
as well
just
use it.
re-roll one thing, and
Yeah.
it would replace the lower number.
Gotcha. Yep. There it is.
Nice.
That's fine.
All right. Do you speak? Hold on, give it a second. There we go. Do you speak? Oh, yeah. Do you speak Abyssal?
Ooh.
That's interesting.
That is very interesting. I do I? I don't think so.
It would be in your languages.
Abyssal. It's doubtful. You don't have any demonic heritage,
yeah,
right?
that's what I'm saying. I'm like, I don't think so. I don't
Yeah.
know any point, like any
Does
memory or
he
anything that would help me.
Recognize it as Abyssal?
Glor, make an Arcana roll. And then,
That's gonna be-
same thing for, because Anki, you don't roll high enough to hear what they're saying, but you do roll high enough to make out that they're speaking in a language.
I'm gonna just use one more.
Okay.
Okay.
And so Anki with an 8. Anki is 8 your final?
Wait, how's my Arcana -2? It says I have a 3 modifier.
Oh, that was Glor.
That's
looking at mine?
-2.
You're looking
Oh.
at
You rolled
mine.
an 8.
That's why.
Damn.
You're looking at the wrong one. That would be why.
So with an 8 and a 13, 8 doesn't really give you anything. 13, you know, it's kind of no, yeah, you don't recognize it. You're like, I don't know what that is. Well, you know what? Let me just double check just to see what languages Abyssal is similar to.
It'd be weirder if I did know that it was Abyssal, considering I spent most of my life in the thicket.
And let's see. Yeah, if any of you speak Infernal as well, it's similar to that. So there's no like script that it's similar to. Got it. So yeah, no, you don't recognize the language. So she says something in a language you don't understand to her tenant. And
Wow.
the tenant nods and heads off.
Well, I'll be sure to relay to everybody that,
They're speaking in tongues.
just so they know.
Well, with that
So-called
information,
Spanish.
Sindara, do you want us to deal with the Rakshasa? It seems like it might be above our abilities, but we could give it a shot. Do we think this is the cause of the missing children?
No, it seems like he is trying to wait for the... It seems he's plotting something, not that he's capturing children. But I am still grateful for what you've done. But bringing this plot to my attention is more than enough assistance. The City Watch should be able to do its job from here.
Spellcaster. Otherwise, I'd be casting Detect Magic all day long. Or not Detect Magic, Detect Thoughts. You'll know what the spell is, though. Okay. Well, Enki, Glorb, I suppose we'll be on our way to continue the investigation and hopefully solve this problem for good. And if you need help with that Rakshasa, we're always for hire.
Yes, I'll let you know, but I appreciate the offer. And she nods as you head off. And where do you guys go after that?
Go hit up
Let's
that
go.
suspicious house.
Enki,
Yeah.
that's third on the list. Third on
What-
the list.
what's
Do
second?
things in
Isn't
order.
it now
No,
second?
Theater's second. Glorb has put in his request.
No, no,
As
no,
the
no. I'm saying,
accountant for
isn't
the
it now
group.
second?
No, we've got to do the maze.
Wow. I thought talking to the lady was the first priority.
No, that was a side tangent because more information was brought to our attention about potentially soul-threatening plans. Just to relate to everyone who wasn't inside, she seemed oddly fine, or not. She didn't seem as disconcerted as I thought about the children's souls being at risk, and just said that the child was a known troublemaker that she'd deal with herself, and that the Rakshasa would not be a problem in the short term. So we're still on duty for the sewers, eventually.
Hey, that sounds like less work for us.
Assuming she's telling the truth, but we will find out eventually when I have a chance to sneak into their rooms and cast Detect Thoughts in their sleep. We'll get there.
Huh?
I maybe should have kept that to myself, but Enki and I will sort it out, don't worry.
Like, huh?
I have so much to say.
If Enki's taught Glorb anything, it's two wrongs make a right.
I don't think we learned stuff from Enki.
There's a lot of things you could learn from me.
We
Like-
learned about Anderus, the child, which is important.
Exactly.
We got the cursed candy, which was enough evidence that she seemed satisfied. Although the only payment was about a memory dream worker in Dreamland. I don't believe we got the name, but he's supposed to be
You can learn
I
quite a lot from
mean,
me. Like if you bump into someone and reach into the pocket, they almost never feel it. It's quite amazing. And most valuables are in a safe on the second floor.
All right, let's check out this maze before the sun goes down.
And because it's starting to get a slight bit late, not super late. No, it's not getting that late. Anyway, so you go into the gardens, and as you approach the maze that has nothing in it, the guard's like, "Oh, hi. I think did you guys already tell the guards if you had?" They're like, "Hey, you're sorry. This is blocked off for now. It's too boring. Nothing's in it."
We've already asked Sandara if we can look through the maze because we're all in an investigation about the missing children.
Like
Okay.
to jump the gate and just run in.
He's Faye, you know how we are.
And he's just like,
But we
sees
do
Enki.
have the
It's like,
pass right here.
Oh yeah, no, that's fair. Just there are no missing children in this. All right. If you see any though, let us know, and then I guess there are. But until you find any, there aren't. All right. Let's try to keep it down.
Right.
Correct.
No
Why the
problem
God,
with
the
the
missing
capital
child!
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I like how he keeps saying it. It's really funny.
He's like, the guy's like, okay, yeah, that's
And
fine.
there's no war against Draconia, right? There's no Cold War going on. That's my god. All right, moving on.
Oh, yep, no, yeah, we're at peace with Draconia. Everything's fine.
That's the truth.
They're our friends.
Everything's fine.
Yes.
And I'm not a thief.
Oh, by the way, if you see Enki trying to steal stuff, feel free to stab him. We have healers.
Okay. Yeah, we'll try to restrain him first, but
Yeah,
Yeah.
just pick him up. Just pick
He's
him
a bit
up.
slippery. I would just stab.
okay.
We're not stabbing people.
We'll use blunt weapon to make sure we don't bleed him out by accident. We'll just, we'll
It'll give me internal bleeding, which is much worse.
They don't know that.
You're putting your life on the line today.
And they're like, well, all right. I guess thanks for the heads up, but I'll let the other guards know.
Right, we're gonna go find all the children that aren't missing.
And as you,
Hi ho. Let's go.
and as you go into the maze, after the first bend, like there's one or two bends where it's like you just following through the hedge, and then you
We
see
need Haka.
literally nothing.
As
As
in
Quite boring in
an
here.
empty maze or just an void?
a
Yeah.
void.
Oh, that's
Oh.
good. That's where all the not missing children are going.
Definitely not the missing children is there.
He wasn't kidding when he said there was nothing here.
So what is
Man,
this void?
go into the void.
Don't Enki. I would suggest maybe holding off on that particular task. Is it a gray void, a black void? Is it a familiar void? Are there ominous whispers coming out? Abyssal whispers, perhaps?
Yeah, I was about to say, real quick, let me just.
It's a void.
Is it telling us to get off
And
its
this is in
lawn?
the ground, or this is? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
It's like as you turn, it is a like almost as if there was just like a door.
Okay, so door. Okay, that was my. Was it
Yeah.
vertical or horizontal?
Yeah.
Anyway, what did you say, Avalon?
I was saying, is it telling us to get off its lawn? But now it's a door, so I can't say that.
Yeah.
Like a giant, like covering every edge, or are we able to like go around it?
No,
Is
so
it
it's
deep?
like here. Let me put a little draw real quick.
And it's just in front of us, right? And not behind us.
Yeah, so like if you're in the little maze. Oh wow, that's
It's
hold
like
on.
if the maze just became pitch black right in front of us.
Yeah,
like completely
exactly.
magical darkness
Okay.
sort of
Yeah.
situation.
Yeah. Like you go into the maze and it's like, oh, there's nothing there.
Speaking of magical dark, oh, I guess you were gonna get to it.
Yeah.
I grab
you-
trick dice from my bag of tricks and like just chuck it at it. Chuck it at the void.
Yeah, go ahead.
In Avalon's mind, have Terra throw Enki in. See if it gobbles him up.
I looked towards Terra and just like, don't think about it. Don't you dare do it.
I'll check the dice in. Do I hear any noise?
And you hear, you throw the dice in, you said?
Yep.
As they go into the darkness, and they seem to disappear.
Any
So
sound?
no noise of impact or anything.
Nothing.
Right.
And it's still a door, right? In
No,
front
it's
of
not a
us?
door. It's just like it's just a rectangle.
It's shaped with the mage.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or with
okay.
the maze.
Yeah.
So let's getting a bit closer. Well, I guess detect magic first and foremost. Get this out of the
I have
way.
an idea. I'll take. Is there like a stick nearby I can like take from the hedge of the maze?
1 second.
No.
As you approach, you hear a familiar voice in your mind, and it says, "Hello, child. Have you come
Hello.
to pay tribute?"
You want eyes? What do you want?
Ah, if you wish. Although those are for you, you need to stay well nourished. But I would not complain if you wish to give that as a tribute.
Is this your mouth? I'm sorry, my dear friend. Memories are a bit fuddled, and I'm not sure we're on a first name basis yet.
Ah, that is fair. This is a point of which I am recognized, and yet not recognized at all, as is appropriate for who I am.
Do I get a hint or a name, or should I? I'm Needles, by the way, although I'm sure you're well aware. And I don't know if I can see anything, but I'll reach out and mime shaking something's hand.
And you feel an inky, cold, wet tentacle wrap around your arm. And when you look down, you don't see anything on your arm. Just eyes begin to form where you feel this sensation as your arm shakes. And
Needles' first instinct is to jerk his arm back.
and as you jerk
Sorry,
your
that
arm
just
back,
surprised me.
No worries. I am called many things, many
All right, many
civilizations,
things. It's a pleasure to meet you.
but you may simply call me End.
And very welcoming name. Is it safe to enter this mouth of yours?
Not if you wish to continue being.
But if we don't, it would be a good idea.
Correct.
And you
This-
want offerings, of which would be most pleasing to you?
I will take whatever is given, for all come to an end. However,
I like that mindset.
you
Oh.
specifically, I wish for you to not go in there. It is not yet your time. It is not ready. Not yet.
Is this a sort of situation where you have to have agents to help bring about the end because there are agents acting against you, but then once we've brought about the end of everything else, we finally get to rest?
Close. More
Sorry, I'm
so-
a fan of stories. Just taking guesses here.
No worries. You are a vessel. My vessels are very valuable to me, for they are growing. Rarely does End grow. It only takes and succumbs
This is a paradox. You are an insult to life, which is a blessing to me. Continue. You will grow.
Should I recruit my allies? Can they be helpful?
All
or
can
vessels.
assist the end. The end does not need assistance, but if you need assistance growing, then feel free to do what you must. Your methods are your own, and you are a vessel for a reason, I'm sure.
Are there any nearby vessels that you're aware of?
Not here. None of my worshippers brought this place to be, which makes it all the more beautiful.
Is there a way to communicate more freely with you? And
Here is one of the most closest you will be to me, hence our communication being as crisp as it is. But the more you feed, the closer I'll get.
there's no way I could, stuff a bit of you in a pot and carry you around or any such to
No,
free up a bit of that communication.
unfortunately not. But this is fortunate as well, for all the more reason for you to continue growing.
Does the spell sending work on you, or will that just evaporate the magic and to bring it to its end?
You seem to have more knowledge than you give yourself credit.
That happens sometimes. So we should not enter. And about the children, have you eaten any recently? I forget.
Sadly, the guards do their job very well.
It's very, very sad.
But they will come to their ends, and many already have, even if it's
The
not
end.
here.
Is patient, yes?
Very. I have eternity.
There's no rush.
I have eternity, for I am all, and I am when.
Before I return to my allies, could I are there other areas where you are available to commune with?
Not as strong as here, though there are some who wish to believe there are. They are false prophets. They wish to simply use my power. They claim that they want to bring me to this place, to bring me to this era, but they have their own goals. They wish to continue, not to end.
Yes, it's always goals here and goals there. It's hard not to have them as mortals. I hope you can commiserate at least a bit with our plight.
Ah, yes, and it matters not, for their goals, their ambitions too, shall come to an end, all the more for me to feed.
Is it impolite of me to suggest that perhaps an end to all things would be an end to endings,
Yes.
and things must continue for more endings to be brought about? Is that... I'm just trying to understand. Pardon if that is counter to our great end we seek.
I do not believe your quest for that answer is not something I shall end just yet.
I like this game we can play with words, my friend. You see what I did there, friend? If you... the last three letters?
Yes,
Okay.
in common, yes.
Am I just out in the open? I'm just
Yeah.
having this conversation mentally.
Yeah.
And all my allies, I assume, are staring at me.
Yeah, and they are gonna see you like holding your hand out for a brief moment.
Yes, yes. Well, I'm probably going to tell them a lot of this anyway.
Mm.
So I will turn to them so we can,
All right, and then you want me to
not
take you back
throw
to the
Enki inside.
dungeon?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
Alright.
welcome back.
So.
Yeah. Needles, hand still outstretched a bit, will turn to the rest of the group, looking a little bit curious, but will say to everyone, this is a friend, but it is not safe to enter.
Oh, darn it.
Anything that enters will... and just to clarify how I understand this, we had a bit of a conversation. You know how I am with minds at times. But if we want to get rid of anything, we could give it a little toss.
I'd like to take a stick from the hedge and like stick it in halfway and then bring it out.
And when you pull it out, there is no sound, there is no rustling, there is no movement, no motion. But as you pull it back, what was once there is no more.
That was risky. What if it sucked your hand in?
Right.
I would have
Well.
let go. Come on, I'm a thief. My reaction time is impeccable.
It's a patient thing. It's not one to consume so greedily. It's...
I'm not convinced. Glorb, stick your axe in.
That's not a good idea. Although... apparently, the children have not entered this, according to our new friend.
While he's talking,
But-
I just want to start like sticking random things into
Yeah.
When you
and-
say friend, like a friend, or a friend for right now.
You could think of it in the longest term. No, I would say it's a friend. If you understand... I don't understand the nature of this world, but this is a being that I think probably comparable to deities in some ways. Hard to say exactly. It's hard to misalign with it. It seems to be a being who is to bring about ends to things. And therefore, if something enters, it just ends.
And we're only on one side of the maze. We haven't gone to the other side, right? Like the other half of the maze, Chef?
where it like splits off.
Yeah. So we know what's on this side of the maze.
Oh, right, because there's two different mazes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's the one where the clown is, and there's the one where there's nothing.
Well, I meant like
Oh, right.
since-
In the side where
In
there's
the maze,
nothing.
yeah.
Yeah.
So we're on this side right here, and then the other side,
hmm
like we haven't gone to this side at all.
Yeah.
Okay. So we know what's on this side. Any ideas of, well, I would say we should go to the other side and see what's over
Yes.
there.
You're right, that clown. If there's a strange and powerful entity of perhaps eldritch origin on this side, then that clown must be one as well.
No, Needles, no. I'm not talking about the clown.
But,
I'm talking about the other side of this maze, since we're only on the left side. Go to the right side.
Oh, Glorb
can't
likes
tell.
clowns. It
We
reminds
can't.
me of my childhood.
Have you seen many clowns in your childhood, Corb?
I plead the fifth.
The fifth. What the
Is,
fifth?
is there
What?
a plead the fifth in this world?
What even is the first, second, and third or fourth? Like,
Right.
Bartholomew told me.
Bartholomew.
It could be interesting before we leave our friend if any of you would like to try to commune with it. Its name is just End, if you can call that a name.
Got my dice back.
That's not going to happen. They've ended.
How do
They're
we
done.
communicate with it?
I'm not sure. Just try. I reach out briefly. End, are we still close enough to speak?
and you hear a brief. For now.
Can
Oh,
my
is he talking?
allies?
But no, only yeah, here, I'll just type it out really quick since it's just you hearing it. Needles hears it.
Needles, you could hear him.
So it's
I
only in Needles in
can.
mine.
Oh, can you tell him to give you my dice back?
I'm not sure that's polite for a being that brings about ends to ask it to bring something back. That's a bit sacrilegious to its entire existence.
You had a
Don't care about the
plebe in
dice.
there.
Pinky.
I mean, I guess I could have it back. But I want those dice. Those are my favorite.
Why would you throw your favorite dice into something?
Well, I thought I'd get it back.
You could ask. I'm not going to. I'm more polite than that. But, End, can you hear my allies who speak close to you?
Man, that was my
Perhaps
last
not.
pair of weighted
There you go.
dice. I mean, regular dice.
You lost your weighted dice.
Oh. Yes, Enki, that's, their end has come, and it's, better to smile because it happened rather than cry because it ended.
I guess that's true. And I'll reach in for another pair of weighted dice.
Oh, I
Well,
thought you were
maybe
going to
for
reach into the end. It was like, oh, it's a deity that just brings things to their end. I'm going to reach in.
Do it,
Can I find
coward.
him? Or-
Wow, this is important.
High
Considering
risk, high
everything that I
reward.
threw in there. I'm gonna touch it. Anyways, I'll pull out another pair of weighted dice. I guess I'll just have to make do with these, and they look the exact same.
Here, I thought those were your last ones.
I said those are my favorite ones.
I don't see the
Um,
difference.
The difference
I
is
can
they're
tell
not
the
my
difference.
favorites.
They're much
I guess
worse.
he's exactly. I guess they'll have to take up the throne for my next favorite.
The second hand dice.
Anyways, does anyone want to play cards with these regular dice? You have to bring your own dice, though. I only use these ones.
Well, perhaps if we get the chance to do some gambling after we've solved the crisis. But I do believe this entity is not related to our immediate crisis, which is strange. You'd think in a missing persons case that a being that brings about absolute end would be involved. But I don't see why the end would lie. And it's,
Can I answer the question?
go right ahead. I believe it can hear us, but I'm not sure you can hear it.
Right.
I seem to have some amount of a connection to the entity.
And are we the only ones who have met you recently?
I can actually answer that a bit, which was my next point. He
Oh,
claimed
okay.
that there were others using him to their own ends, that pretend to worship, pretend to follow the end, but instead seek out their own path. My first guess is unfortunately Sundara, but I haven't had the chance to ask. Did you hear his question? End.
The DM actually missed it. Could you say that again?
I was asking, has anyone met with them
Oh, okay,
recently?
that is what you were asking. Okay.
Yeah, Needles just clarified to be. Would I cast an illusion of Sundara in front of it? And in fact, I'll even have the illusion step into the end to see if that allows it to experience it. I'm not sure how that works, but I will send the illusion into the end and ask if it has interacted with this individual. Is there anyone else I should question? Avalon, Glorb, Winch, Enki?
Have an idea that I want to see works. Do I have the lockbox? I assume I wouldn't have just left it on the floor of the castle. Clear evidence, right? I'd like to try face it so where the lock is, and kind of barely put it in to the point where only the lock would be consumed, and then pull it out.
Yeah, it does. Like when you pull it back, make a sleight of hand check.
Oh, don't lose your money.
It's an empty lockbox.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you are
And-
able to very carefully, gently, dexterously push the box so it just dissolves the front half, or just the front half of it stops existing.
And it's open fine, right?
As well as a box without like the front part of it, so it still kind of opens. Yeah.
I suppose this will do for locks that are a bit too tough for me and Esteban.
It is.
I do have what beside if Needles is still doing his.
It says that Sundara herself has not, and that the blasphemer, it says, was someone with a connection to it, like I have. Perhaps the only one who seemed connected that we know of was Griffin.
Well, we also don't know about Sundara's brother.
That is true.
But the question I also want to ask is, what has ended?
Anything
Besides
that
what?
ends, I would think.
Like, what specifically has been tossed
What's in
in
there?
there?
I'm not
Besides Enki's
sure.
dice and the lock.
I will communicate the questions and wait for a reply. As expected, the answer is all. I'm not sure we'll get anything more specific. It seemed kind enough to answer that children were not among the things recently. Supposedly the guards had done an adequate job of keeping them out. Although it seemed
I'd like to
somewhat...
toss the rest of the lockbox in.
You'll be happy about that. It did say that anything it can end is towards its goals.
Well,
An
that's good to
offering in
know.
a sense.
Can I head back to the center of the maze and make a perception check?
The center of this maze?
Yes.
So you're not
Like
able to get to
You mean the
center.
fountain?
Or
Well,
do you
not
mean
the-
the center of the garden?
Like where we were at the entrance. I mean, the entrance
Oh,
of
yes,
the
by
maze.
the entrance. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So
So,
I
yeah.
want to see. I don't know if is going to be able to see most things, but
Pretty good.
Lee.
I know we made our direction. I believe there's like footsteps going that way. Going the opposite way. Are there any footsteps that way, or are there any footsteps leading out of the maze at all?
No, none. And you're pretty confident that it's been none. And then,
Okay.
also, I'm not sure if this detail was purposely left out, so if it was, I apologize. But it also did mention that it was aware of a lot of children's lives ending.
Maybe I missed that.
Okay, that's why I was like, I
But
think
I
you might
didn't-
have mentioned this, so that's why I wanted to bring it back. Just not in this specific
Okay.
spot.
I will have conveyed that to the group
Yeah.
before Avalon left, just so he's aware of that.
You know,
'Cause,
it
yeah,
really
either-
is sad.
I must have missed that or
Mm.
misunderstood.
All that's happening. My dad's going missing, and I guess the children dying are also pretty sad.
Before I come back to that, I'll just only quickly just go, keep going to the other side of that, like the right side of that maze, and just check if there's anything there. And if I don't find anything, I'll just come back.
Yeah, and then if you walk that direction, you do see it's similar where, like, once it turns the bend, there's nothing.
So, and it's
Mhm.
also there.
Yeah.
Okay, and I come back and relay that same information. So I'm guessing, and this whole back part is your domain for the time being. I don't know if
Ooh.
yeah,
I'm not
like,
sure if it
saying
has it been.
feelings.
Yeah, has it been responding to their questions directly, or does it take me conveying it?
Yeah, it is. It seems like it is able to understand.
Okay. It's just choosing to speak to me instead. Okay.
Mhm.
But yeah, I will wait for a response on that, but also say that there is then another bringing about the end of the children. As far as things go, the end doesn't seem displeased by that, but it is our prerogative to follow through our own goals.
Right.
It says that your question, repeat it for me again so I can give you the answer most succinctly.
I was saying, since I've noticed that it was like on both sides, and this is N's domain for the time being, or has it always been here?
Its answer is that that is the case here until something comes into being and its being comes to an end. Which is vague, but hopefully that answers your question, as it seems even the end can have an end.
You said
Which
or
makes
and
sense.
or and being's time has passed.
Until something comes into being and its being comes to an end.
Okay.
There are many interpretations we could have of what that means. It could be that something could come into being that would naturally dissipate the end's presence, or that the ending would in and of itself bring about a new beginning. This is all very poetic in a sense, if confusing. Well, I suppose the children aren't dying here, and if our goal is to solve that, then there is not more to be found, unless we have more things to throw into it.
Everyone looks at Enki.
What? Lemon?
Oh, nothing, Yankee. Don't worry about it.
Well, you're looking at me.
Do you
We
want
want to
to?
throw you in.
Oh,
What?
Wolfie said so. Ooh.
How about your stinking wolf goes in there first?
Bark.
It was a joke.
look at me.
I think Lord just pranked you, Enki.
You guys have been joking about threatening my life quite a lot recently.
Well, it's not threatening your life. It's more that we just expect you to die with your luck, and we're contemplating what to do after your end. If
What's wrong
we
with my
could put
luck?
it that way.
It seems
Well-
like you keep getting into trouble on your own and almost dying from it. And we're kind of concerned at this point.
Well, I'm in one piece, aren't I? And you look as he's covered in like different bandages from like the wolf biting his leg.
Yeah, sure, Enki. Just want you to be more careful, okay?
Glorp's gonna call you Boots.
Boots.
Denied.
Not a horrible name. Boots. Sounds like a sidekick of some kind.
Oh,
But I feel like we don't have the main heroine to accompany you,
Yes.
Boots.
mhm.
I do
Have to
have
map this
two
out.
guesses. two two guesses as for who the blasphemer might be. I will first send an illusion of Griffin in his werewolf form and see if that was the blasphemer, and then once that illusion has been presented, I will present the illusion of the tour guide who was with Enki,
Mhm.
because she spoke in my mind, and that's my only clue as to.
Mhm. It doesn't seem to react
Connection.
to either of those.
Well, no luck there. I'm not sure if the blasphemer is important or related to the missing children, but neither of those are them. Any more questions for our dear friend who brings about a wondrous end?
Not really. Not that comes to mind. I would say like try the king, but at the same time, I feel like that's a long shot. Since if his condition.
I figured it out. I will send an illusion of Christopher Dawkins.
At the same time, he has been just like showing up.
Do you know this entity? A compatriot of yours from the beginning of time, who shall last until the end of all things.
I should have asked, was Christopher Dawkins in the inn at all?
Well, you see Nils' shoulders slump, the excitement of the proclamation
Aw.
draining from him. Unfortunately, in this case, my theory was wrong.
It's okay, Neil. We'll figure it out one day.
What about the needle, though? Is it the. What did we say the needle was? The brother or something?
Oh, my sister.
That's right, okay.
The pin, yeah.
Is that.
Speaking of siblings, though, toss it into. It could answer you if you were to toss the pin in, but I feel as though that answer would be a bit belated if it were important.
I'll keep the pin again. Remember, the Fairy
If it
King
turned
gave it
out-
to us.
If it turned out to be your sister, it would be a bit sad to find out after having thrown her into an abyss. But I think it's a fantastic idea, as this is a dear friend, and valuable things coming to an end seem to bring it delight.
I am not going to do that because
Fair
I don't
enough.
believe it's my sister, first of all. But at the same time, it's from the Fairy King. And I don't know what's going to happen if we toss anything from him somewhere else.
Bad joke about putting a pin in the conversation.
Oh, Enki.
And you hear a hoo from the pin.
Oh, Enki.
Well,
I
speaking of
didn't
pins, I
think
send
I'd
an
do this.
illusion. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I hope I didn't think that joke it was a bad pun.
We can earn the Fairy King's favor by being horrible people. That's a good idea. But I will send an illusion of Prince Aiden.
Wait, do you
Any
know what Prince Aiden looks like?
recognition? Yes, I saw a younger version of him in Ava's mind.
Oh, okay.
So it would be the child. I don't know how old he was, but younger than we
Yeah.
would imagine him currently.
Yeah.
But you
Any
see the child,
recognition?
imagine him older. Have you seen him?
And with that, you see the void fade a bit, almost as if a light is illuminating a slight bit within, but only for a moment, as it then gets snuffed out and returns to being nothing.
Oh, I didn't like that.
seems Like we might have had a in that conversation. Care to elaborate, friend?
And you do not get a response.
What do you say?
Is there nothing so far? I haven't upset you, have I? Our relationship is just beginning to burgeon.
Make a religion check.
What is that? I've got a decent religion. Ba-ba-da, ba-ba-da. I will spend my DM inspiration from the last session to cast it again. That is better.
Slightly.
So,
Decent roll, decent roll.
You get a feeling similar to what Severance has felt at one point, where it feels the connection has been greatly weakened.
Well, the prince seems to not be related to this entity in the same sense that I may be, as a blaspheming vessel, but instead in opposition, a light, a beginning, perhaps. Only guesses if anybody else has a opposing theory.
Well, remember, we might have been sent here to kill the prince. Because we do not know why we were sent here. So maybe that's why.
That would imply that if we're relating the two things, that would imply that killing the prince would be in an effort to bring about the end, if we're believing that the prince is in some way opposing the end, as it seems to
Right.
have diminished its power here. Even a simple illusion. Huh. Oh, with that 23, or maybe you'll have me roll again. Does this feel... This is going back, and this was Needle's theory as well, but going back to the idea that this is more of a storybook realm, would I get the idea that this is a deity in the grander sense, or like this is like the end of a story, like this place's inevitable end?
Make an investigation roll.
It's getting into very heavy guessing. I have no DM inspiration, so I cannot do anything about that. Not bad. It's not great either.
It's 16. This is an entity that also exists outside of wherever you happen to be, but its presence here specifically, you're not on the wrong track.
Well, we can think about that more as we gain more information. There might be something there, I feel, with my mind. I've pieced together a few things, but I think it's not quite right, but we might be in the right direction. Of course, this is all irrelevant to finding missing children, probably.
Everything's relevant at this point.
The prince, we got more information about that. Not sure what he has to do with the end.
let's leave this. Let's put a pin in this for right now. Let's head to the theater.
And
Sounds.
oh, sorry.
I thought
Continue.
we were gonna. I thought we were gonna go raid the house next. Oh no, that
You're
was third.
skipping steps, Enki. You're
I'm
skipping
sorry.
steps.
I'm sorry. What are we gonna do at the theater?
Perform.
Gore wants to get his deal started.
Well, I'll be sure to be selling tomatoes in the vendor section. So you all have
Where are you gonna get tomatoes?
I'm gonna steal them.
Needles will press the digitation a tomato, which is like beach ball sized for him. I guess actually I can only do a hand size, so
Oh,
I guess
yeah.
it would just be a really small tomato with prestidigitation.
Speaking of which, Needles, you said he had math, right? That large, enlarge, shrink.
Yes, I have masks and I have a spell that does a similar effect. Did you have? You want me to cast it on the tomato?
Well, no. I'm gonna ask, are the mask ones like while you're wearing it? Can you take off
You have
the
to be
mask?
attuned, and if you die while attuned, your soul is gone. You may as well have eaten a piece of candy from a stranger.
Soul gun like the instant I get knocked, or like soul gun when I die?
Die when you perish, not unconsciousness, but the life. The soul leaves your body to find another realm and instead is pulled to Marvelo, our friend.
I am sick of being mistaken for a child.
And that, oh, yes, you would be 8 foot something with the mask's effects.
But Enki,
I
I feel
throw a
like
tiny tomato at Enki.
I'd like to weave.
It disappears, but within
Yeah, it's
6 or 12 seconds, so it's
I
Even if
dodge
it
anyways.
were to hit
like,
you.
you
Nice
can't
shot.
dip.
I guess
What
I'll
were you
give
saying,
up on the
Avalon?
idea for now.
I was saying, like, Enki, I feel like being at your size, you'll be able to do more. And at the same time, this is the only place that you've been called child the most.
Do you know how patronizing it is?
We are a place for children.
I would say, if you really want the mask, I'd be willing to consider lending it to you. But I have been considering perhaps seeing if I could alter the magic to create a similar effect for myself. But of course, I would have to tinker with the spell a bit to create any notable size.
What, so you could be 2 feet tall?
If with the current effects of the mask, that's why I was considering tinkering with it to change the size adjustment while not tempering with the strength adjustment. But it's only a possibility.
I guess we'll see with time. I'll give up on the idea for now. I don't want to be double my height. Kind of hard to leap through a window.
That's
As an
true.
example.
Or sneak into basements.
I don't know what that has to do with anything. But let's head to the theater.
All right. And I think with
We go for
that-
another 3 hours.
No, no. Oh, I think this is a good spot to call it and shoot. Cause well, first I'll